your tag in Asia. Yeah, remember that your money can end in the pocket of some corrupt leader, or your money can be that money that is used to buy.
For na midweek kuada yasan ewuremu enche na yede na woche no eba na wieye yamwache ene akwa babiem emra OBT so de adru so da ubonkrata unse kwa me A+ udwinu ho TV no so ananya asem keto ne adru honom ya yede eba besom yede epone eniani mu nsem no kakra ne edi ho nkomo ukọ new stance ahodo no a enchiremu no ewo paper ni mfimfi no akotobi na wahwe enchiremu no se de be ya bibia koso a wonso bete ne ma se ne wahu bibia ewo omayimu Midini mame Frimpoma Crunchy MFK for short. Kwesi Parker Wilson, Akua Asieduaa the
Hello, baby.
Yeah.
Hello, baby.
Yes, darling.
You are blushing this morning.
Hey, Oyerepa.
I like that. I also good to you.
Cats and dogs.
Hey, sir.
And no, so so this toy. And so I had to people now.
I have particular toy.
Yeah, I say you know more. I say I'm for, and I say be focus on to what is it? What is
it's true.
Now because of Techimane areas on and so
and should have to talk to you.
Next season
oh, okay. Hallelujah. She said 50 Ghana, it was about 25 exactly. And I'm king say remember 25. But you can't say no. I mean, information be which is a hygiene. So I buy for your working. No more market to be a ding. But I am phone. They one of the biggest problems. I was saying, come myself. I am told reliably. I'm told. Say I am phone be. Omo market in the body. Omo bar. Say MFK and no man a bar. Or Gia and one on Onjino will be a beam. Oh, wow. It's no say MFK dear no.
That's what Jenny in bulk.
Or just only in the bar. If you are the bar, Obiama Tombi, Obiama supply be. Paka de Noma bar, Yanjay, a credit Noma bar. What kind of attitude is that? What kind of attitude is that? I'll say, before. They should punish them.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I don't independent for them to shortage. They will match on my
who the other banana, not the whole day.
Now I get it.
I was saying, the banner beton. No more say monopoly. What kind of adjumbonish to ban bonnie? I do see is that
artificial shortage.
It's a hammer for no yes, I'm a Munjai and not the park. Munjai. What is that? The Mammy and Bufu. What is that?
The Omate Tia Befiam, I'm going to host you. What
is that?
At the kind I said, almost fair, Chileco to be Maubino. Yeah, I said, yeah, tomatoes for, yeah. They say, never been here.
And they say they work with the tax force. It is all for Tomobia. Now, police for Crapachi, woman said that Ben a police for Chintos. Aye. There's something wrong with this country. There's something really wrong with this country.
Papa Daily Graphic, and I no pay your day, share your Juma no say na. At Graphic Business and Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting, remittances fetched $28 billion in 10 years. And so, as a Moderna, experts call for measures to leverage inflow. Said the Ebeye Sikano, Ombetimi, Enya Bebre, no more than Shaya, Eko, Akugua, Kwemuna, wo hwe nifa so ho no mo a mahu mampani na adoda nkwakufu ado ne mfoni na de oda ne nche na mi hu nipa kro President Louds Trades Union for Industrial Harmony was say wo call trades union na they say no ase wo manya enkabo musonku bi a eno no beboa amomu dwumadie no ene matimi akoso yie na cabinet approves gifted talented education and also gate dwumadie so nko omode ba suafo na wo special talent wo nimdie wo suruti musa akra we dey very intelligent ni ade no wo eba behwe na watimi amwoni ekunsa nkra ne ho na yaso wo masene na listing graphic on stock market better option NMC chairman Mr. Akua Asieduaa da hono no daily graphic ni mfoni na edani mu fefefa wo cheche ensemu wo hodom ti anopa de he na yefa
Robert chances in the year. I'm happy to say you have more money from there. In fact, I'm more good, you know. I'm money brutal. In fact, they do very well, and it's one of the things that it's in terms of our revenue because the bar taxes are carried. It's in your cash from today. The baby can't can they be bow? And so say they usually ye and only ask them so on my car and then for that. And I think it's a very good initiative. It's something in the last few years, now for be doing come because Akwa are exceptionally brilliant. You understand? The teacher for quantity. The teachers, I'm not telling. So exactly. It's a teacher for any team they are not able to appreciate the
yeah.
Sometimes it leads to a time na ebono as we exactly I am happy say the chum on the cabinet ajatum and one of the things are more you say in fact on make create a special school for that but once a school ni nyamba no omo mu se sia no I understand that on make create special classes at their mom but the real challenge here is yama a teacher for no shuntiasie because say book of French be an adjournal for moi ultimate time na dem to me maximize your potential it whilst we are doing that we should also look for a teacher for me exceptionally brilliant say na be ya ebe complementing plan adu se na bo
na dey work from now Friday was right and that question ko be ka so challenge
and making it ni anya ni sa and anya addition mu ko in terms of sports in terms of singing in terms of arts e be a performance asane ade ni nyina kan gift and talent and acting na kan it's not just about book other things account you know okay. You be here
gate asem kro na there ya ka say e wo sem ofra aben no yetimi separate wo mo na ye mo special ade no e wo ho schools a wo ye national science and math quiz no me am St. Louis ha minim se ukwa ye mamu nyina ka bom se de omo de peke omo no na my exam ni asone so ya se 10 ye pe wo each stream mo a mo ni munyan mo ne nko class bi mu fiti fo na ko be ko no ha sa na ye
grooming mo for that
mo class nko am ye wo mu teachers ya assign ne o mama wo mo because omo eduma na ye speed ko enti sa green enti min glass be abia no ntantamo a now as a wo twe omo sign chiri enti in a way no e wo ho but akọ cabinet ni ye giatum de na chese be spread na ko Ghana for na sanity ye pa because my friend bi wo ho a omo aben minim gentleman bi a wo really go no ko national service so St. Peters Kwesi St. Peters o ka che me so o sori anopa no obekọ class ana na yem hyehye no because o kwa ya boys na dia o mo ye se kuya hey national service afene so ya ma mpre metra o kwa na msesa me no ma ana me ko mi fie o si o chema mo se kuya boys Kwesi say ya no mo she do eti o si bitia book wo chen lawyer ni obekọ to chena say no
you have to fully prepare and we meet them
o si Peter say
you be good ni mo ase I remember me class time me SS form 1 sir Abrante be by Kwesi bedu I remember him pa
no your bad boy
na we share course ni na krewie
school no
me say well yes school no
so challenge o
now he's with a marine or Navy US solid guy
wow
is it or teacher for na there sir we are
wait government will not jeopardize workers future and tells TUC trade union na wakwa kwahye wo say aban no wo mo that want to na say nsai niema emfa ma wonum na te say enwuma ho nsem no ana cabinet approves and also a gate education policy ya ho nsem ena eda page 3 with the daily guide enimu honum na 22-year-old Ghanaian kills parents in UK we are hosemo a eba beto dwa abofra ya wenya mfinhye do no mi nkasa akrakra because na ni afi page 4 nsem ni nchiremu ewo honum a wa stab wo mo a ebi ewu na ebi so gu aya sabe areho papa FDA protecting public interest, not targeting businesses. And so, that page 4, yeah, FDA for Honsem, what they about to Honamana. FDA, say, or more protected public interest. And now, Omunya for many, Ensima for Jumas into more, yes, FDA for Tata and Adeno. And yes, I am net. And then, so Mudinu and in papa, Ebebo may Mama Ghana for consuming and any idea. Here, woman, Tina, and Ebanesano, daily guide in some no, the NAFA.
TCDA, they were dead and advanced because MPMP, you know, say we are 6 years now. We call retirement. Is expected to say, "Bravo, bre, how you've labored for the country, you know, or mind a bit in a show in that aspect." But MPMP, you know, and I go for baby say form. You so share a book, say Obebuaya na on say ye Jumani ye dachi, no my yaga non say ye dachi, but then I see. But it is not just about the talk. On money ni entre, whereby a young cotton a year six hotels and farmer will be a cabinet member. The all kinds of now he is walking the talk. Not just say all kinds of quantum million no basic what that's the only thing I say. Okay. Because I can't get to the Navy. And not say a 22-year-old Ghanaian how could the parents or you can send if I declare the count myself. I see other thing.
Every day and so we did say and so delay Mimi Dako every boss no. In a way no sa necessary. But a binum so overreactive BBH my who say or shall that target to be pursued because mammy be well. Atiti ye mu ofewi na ni kuro so bo ne ho to
FDA atata ya
sabre na doctor puni e wo time no when ekoye say ase enipa ne nkwa na wo wani so a wo ka say oman ni yie na wo pa obi abeji watinye sometimes no ya na enipa bia na muntu ma enipa bia adwen ko bibi so say meme as ekuya na so se frempoma e na wo tata minimum enye adwuma ne pese ne so se yie no no mo pa Oman bia ne nhyehyɛ ye omra omo famra ne ntoto ho na ye nwo ankrofo mo adwuma nkoso ne mum nye se ye yi yanim se
edru omo frustrate nipa etoda hwe ma ye hwe se sister ku ensuo yaba FDA age atoma me ye ton no odwa so enipa ne se wo ye ho advert mo FDA for no mo be approve script mo approve awi enipa na koka de wo script na mu no e ben sa fe na approve ani nya mai na nti ni me medi one dance ya
is a government problem
so enipa na age mo age atoma wi dada wo
is a government problem
na nipa no ni product ni mu da mu nsa ya
adro bia me ye ho advert na approve anti na ebia say ya fe no akra foforo kra de ba na no ya na approve na ba ye twa November
because approval no say omo test nyoma check
and your man, they are testing
do the approval and the bar, they have to take it to the standard authority. In fact, we say a general government institution problem. Government institution problem. How that they part a check. And yet every one element is that government institution problem. You say a government institution problem. Even hospitals cry a unless for crap say mo
I just say na ye de wa fa
unless for
anya ntem abusia ma ye nyina no no so
life bi nye fe
I'm gonna the guys get
na ye o kai say o kai say no be here be do be any friend ma me semensia
yeah
ahometi e kan ti so bo ni mutu kura ko ne ho
be ba cho fa be be si mu ye say na ye be
aya ahometi sem
you abusia for ye bre na ye be anti ye fa nsem no ensi ha me di ne ma me frempom ma crunch FK for short. Ghana to saying and it was because one more video no enaha.
abusuafo ye memo nyina chima mo akwa ba ye do Ghana tisen ebreso na Ghana tisen ye kai mo say Institute of Expert Travel and Tour na afa ho ka akwantuo ni emu nsensem nyina say ye working visa na work visa business de study visa wo permanent stay ene wo ka wo dofo ho business partners ne omo e ka ho nyina Canada US na Schengen states ni nyina Malta ne Portugal ka ho New Zealand Australia Serbia UK ni nyina Institute of Expert Travel and Tour eye ho adwuma ena no pay ye to na mo aye ko northern region ye mentifi mantam emu na ye nyina ye nim say afi ensuo ne nto ena ede awo abegya yen saa ebegugua na ye bosunini bosuo na egu na mu anso ana wofo na ye comment fia ye nyina nim se ekuayo ananso se farming eye wadwuma kese a wo mo eye ne wo ho wodua ne ma bebre ye moa wodua ebro nkatie atoko sogum bayire nom ne nyoma bebre san ye moa e de ka ho ensuo a eto ye na omo gina so e de ye wonfu nenso afi ensuo na ntonti na nanmayemfo ye wo mentifi mantamu kire se e de ahoche bebre won papa esan se binuma kobo bosia afri banks ahodo e na ode abi hye wonwumam ensuo anto eburo nyina haban adwan ya akofa homete e de aba yesem twani Philemon Adabuga ene wo mo akodi nkomo ama won mo abobo eka ene ahomete a wonamu so e de akire no sa na be ya afi di a ene e be ye den e de amawo amane a wode ba ye bi ni
Pacho Dini say.
Your friend Abanga. I want to marry her. Yeah, Papa, you fearful. Nearbo. Yeah, a brony nearbo. I feel so soon to. And if you are your brony, I said, your Muslim will be now. I ensure turn in a higher degree. Think I, dear, Empire want to say, never mention never. Say, body being soon here. Na nyamiri tie kan so ayesre no yesre nyankopon se obetwi numia na odi ato yeso no the free yeso amansu ato nyesa yakomeba said you e brodo do na ye Ghana for edi efi ha srim yesrim hana efi eba na ezi yesrim hano a bro no free no e bro bottle ba kwa di 800 cedis ti esro hono mo mbeto no sen na kire se kombeba Ghana nti no ntono de yesrim for de enye de kra na ye yampa ebo so bia onim se ono e Ghana bapa like nakumada Ghana nkoso so a ese oboa ye ne mpaibo nyambe twi numia na ewo yeso no afu yeso amansu ato amaduane paba ama esumye ni yen ede eso ababrabo no oh no kwadi ensuo no ntono de ede pa de enye de so bi se bi asamisi ni school ni esabo ejuma no we ofie ni friend say obi aba so behwe yefuomu no ma frem na me de me ho abehye ha nti na mo ha ne a ne kasa me de die wo e de ka kire ni ska kitwa so ni bi egu ha ni ska kitwa so ni nyina yemi ni mi ehwe nyesa ahye no
Nkati ni zama
we garden ni ami fie garden nti ube imagine say eyefuo mu a ankata tene se nkati baako se ka me bia ayi na nkati no we ahu na ye nkati ba nsuo ni nimu ni nti no we nse we moe enye ne papa we ni na ye nkati enye nsuo ni nti so we ankasa ka menya no bebre no akre bi na metime enya wo mu a beda ni biane nti anu na gu ho we na sia ha nya ye nkati no brum no no nsuo no aha adwempa ba we kwa efie garden nti Ghana minima de nti se kom de ye garden mi am fie mu garden nkati a na yi ni ba ko pe nkati ba ko am tu ye no asie ni nti nsuo wo mu anka we ahu ne nkitin we na nti ye biane adane nkati a ye bedi nsuo na nto ni akoto ye ni na ye o mo ni se ateno no we say it's almost 1 month na can say jina ko be sisi so say etare form no so ewo na emwa ɛsɛn we eyi no worms ɛsɛn Bruno mu wi Bruno sɛ bɔne bi na ɛyɛ nyame koro mfa nkyɛ yɛ ɛsɛn sɛ me nua baako ɔba ha ɔno deɛ na ɔkasa kora no osu ɛsɛn sɛ ɔkɔgye loan na ɔde bɛdɔɔɛ ɔde kɔtɔ fertilizer ɛne ade imagine sɛ obi akɔgye fertilizer bɛyɛ sɛ 10 bags ɔde abɛgu no afuo ma nsuo no mu a wadɔ a aduane no ayɛ sei woman power wo labor ɛne neɛ wode yɛmfa nea ɛkɔm a ɛbɛde yɛn no ɛnto nkyɛn na hwɛ ɛka a wabɔ sika kakra ɛdɛ hɔ anka wode bɛyɛ bibi no wode abɛhyɛ akua adwuma mu na nsuo no ntɔ wɔyɛ ntumi mblemu biara sɛ bɔne bi na ɛyɛ a ɛsɛ yɛhwɛ aban no ne agric mpanyimfoɔ momma mo ani nna hɔ na monhwɛ mu yie sɛ nhyehyɛeɛ bi ɛdi agya hyehyeɛ nnua ntwitwa cutting down of trees ne adeade na affect we na this is a country na yɛnhwɛ kwan ɛbɛfa so a mode mmara ne nhyehyɛeɛ bɛba a ɛbɛbu yɛ nyinaa yɛ ho ban a such a condition into yɛn biem. How can a desert country continue providing us aduane I asase no wɔ hɔ bia wɔ hɔ ɛnɛ a yɛka sɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔmɛbie Bagre Dam bɔko Wolga Haga ne ne keka wa hɔnom na nsuo tɔ kakra hɔnom nsuo no tɔ by this time ɔmo bi ane aka kakra a ɔmo bɛ harvest ɛnɛ ɔmo bie Bagre Dam aduane ɛwɔ hɔ no nyinaa bɛsɛe yɛso adi ɛwɔ ha no nsuo no ntɔ ti Ghana yɛkɔ ya na yɛ bae ekuafo wɔ Ghana moma yɛndɔ yɛ ho yɛnka yɛ ho mbom yɛnhwɛ kwan yɛbɛfa so a aban no ɔmmoa yɛ a yɛbɛboa yɛ ho saa nsa na ho sɛ gyina ho sɛ nyɛ saa wokɔ nwura mu a baabi a yɛdɔ kɛse no nyinaa nyinaa wɔ nti efie garden a yɛyɛ no fie mu ɔntoma tosi kora na wo wɔ garden mu nti nea yɛyɛ no wɔ fie a yɛ garden no ɛno na yɛ a yɛde nsuo gu ase kakra na ɛtumi a asate sɛ ɛyɛ buro yi ɛne tomatoes bi so asate ɛyɛ tomatoes ɛnyɛ saa afei deɛ nsuo no antɔ koraa atɔ a bɛyɛ sɛ 6, 7, 8 times antɔ ndu 10 times ɛwɔ ha ɛna atɔ na ɛtɔ no koraa na ɛtɔ kakraa bi na egyae ɛtɔ kakraa bi ɛpetepete 8 na ndu 10 na America no koraa no nsuo kɛse ɛtɔ wɔ mu yɛ mienu pɛ kɛse paa ɛtɔ ɛyɛ mienu ama fam 4 paa na aka yi na ɛpetepete bɛyɛ sɛ 8 times ana 9 times asa ɛntɔ biem bɛsisisi a sɛ ɔpɛ mu na yɛkɔ yi nti ayɛ asɛm paa Ghana afei yɛ ho bɛkyerɛ yɛ
abusuafo arahosam akuafo o menti fimantamo ene ya che enie nsuo na ntɔ eburo nyinaa hahan adwindwan a kyese ayebasa ewo ho osi nsuo no sɛ de ayɛ na fi yɛ kombeba yɛ ho bɛkye yɛ yɛ kwa homa so na yɛ ne Filimon Adebuga ono ne kofa nsɛmi ba yɛ adi nkomo na ne antimi ama video nim no ono atwa ho foni amahwefo nyinaa tibi Phil Mache good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Now what is an pay? Akuafo ya sama omo kan ahomete. Emu nsama nkasa ne sen.
Yes. Over the whole of Northern Africa. And yet as a happy will be a farmer 100 million Sabulugu in Tamale. The whole community economy farmers are not happy because for some time now, sure and top islands of northern. So among the farmers are moving for the because a pro idea, touch your idea, and a couple of crops of Adriana. It has dried up. And again, any problem there. Farmers, Monsieur Marco, start. So currently, Monsieur Ama at the end of the so because of that, what running into this? I'm not bizarre. I said, this year, if a number of things, I did go to advance for among the
Asamo Filimon baby a wugina no wahoma ne twetwe sika kranti se obetimi ada no ho kakra ma me anka mepe obi bebi sa se ensuo nto akuafo osu one district, one dam. Again, next our northern region.
What you mean by here?
Yeah, kakrakasa.
Yes, indeed. It's your non power northern region. It's your non top our northern region. Yeah, hello.
Philemon. Hello, Philemon. Hello, Philemon. Mr. Philemon, baby, I would no Noma enkoye papa. Abusuafo safe no watuni na waba. Enkoma ye die yensu a anto afi. Awone de aba pa. Awon so ba advantage wo mu ne sensu mu namba. Esan se mo ano eponase ayenwuno. Ensu ase ayenwuno lakes no ene rivers no nti. Ene yi omu nyina ba soro na woni ekoyie ne kwa enche na omanya dodo. Ne mo aduane de ya na ebi ni ho. No bibi sase se nam ne ba de ma na aduane ni ho ade ne adibedie. Na no so akoye bo achibedin. Na ene northern region ementifi ye nyina ye nim se ehwa da ne food basket ewo oman ni mu a ye nuane dodo no a eho ne friba ye ka bo ye bayire dodo na afrimentifi enkate ebro atoko sogum ene nioma hodo nyina renuane a ye die dodo no ankutomu ne de keke ka ho nyina mentifi na efri northern region ho na ensuo ntohwe u TV so na u screen ne so ebro ena ayekọ ase nyina ewu ena green ne kakra bi wo soro ena munsu a entonke nsuo ni sane guso a na aye ne kama from na abo akese na nkakuafo yetimi atwa bi no mo de aba na yen aye wo fom hanso yenye bi adi na so ebro na ayekọ eno ahunhu se ebro ababa akukura etua so aye basa ni nyina yensu entonda de mi bi sane se one district one district one dam ya aban we ebeda na die so waye o mentifi mantamu no ensuo ni binim ye kwafo betimi dia kogu omumfo so ana Philemon what menka one district one dam no what has happened to them the dams no what has happened to them
expo the government pledge and dam no ever because some couple of years ago government not pledge via but down to the technical ability for him. Yeah, and shut up on that our government. When I hear that will brought a trial of our community. No, so it has exposed the government one village. One dam. Problem pa edema equiafo and a farmers are northern region currently.
See, and so na some na kwaye hawa maye. Na one district one dam ya na na jeni peni da so say nka nyame nyanku nsuo na anto a ye ya yetimi befa ekwan bi ebetimi afa kwan bi so na nka ye di nsuo ni bia konfuo nim akogu so munsam no enkoyie sa na mebeka no esan se koyie a nka afu a ahye no ban no aye basa nka ye nhu ne sa se kuafo no tete ede mbim ede na to aso ede no betimi aye alternative no ne ede yin.
Yes, the only alternative is that maybe from now onward you can cry and not almost get here, almost but some people in northern regions, there are other alternatives almost funny say almost on see I deal with body tank any they get to the farm and whatever they are planned around. That's the only alternative to kill me because it's going to end up for northern region. But almost the issue is at least government and authorities need to have been not impact because last 2 weeks religious leaders from the northern region, Muslim religious leaders from the northern region, but they will not do it to me now. Just last week, Saturday, Roman Catholic northern region, so I'm also share the prayer thing. Young people offer your money to but it is another thing. Maybe I young people offer your furniture on my So now the objective is that the farmers are now buying better from Ghana Water Company. Also already negotiating purpose. That is the only option for northern region. But if I have some couple of farms there, and in the Amashi, they run into losses. Farmers in are confused. Omunya happy. But Omu one year say, yeah, issue here next year. In fact, a comedian.
I see. Next year, a comedy. We quite any so Obiana Obika is a rocket scientist. We are the free baby Abeka. Said the no Matiano, you win, sir. Now, you general water issue at what northern region. We say you didn't come as a bear affinie and soon for taps muda. And so some netizen or northern regions, they say.
Again, that water company, some couple of plan airport. Emma, in other region, is even though it is not enough. So that is what farmers rely on. That is why some of them are dependent on buying water. And one stock over top. It's only by 700. So they be as a farmer, over top is 700 Ghana cedis. 700 Ghana cedis time 1 month. And let's take it for. So that is why the farmers are dying. That is why farmers doing that things to say. Air cost northern region. But many when agencies do want to start. So as some of them everybody said, and your body be but a super and then now I try and we are up to some in Ghana job. I'm practicing afforestation and planting of trees. I'm saying Nina town and environment as to sun and atmosphere as to sun. I'm education free. Yeah, big at least you be cutting down trees no. And yet Nina can be I'm at the show no end from I'm saying and your body and young
I see. Philip Oya do besia na ensuo yi ne ehon komo ide ye mane enka he ya yekoye ni mo no edi be na kakra chi a ye besan ababisa se ewiem te se no atachimanfo de omuti yeye ensuo to nti ekuafo no betimi etu bayire nti efiri bosum ya ebesimu no anioma beba ebi ana bibia sesa ewo northern region ewo nsusem na ho ye da se papa no ama na ebo anopai abusuafo yensem 20 Philemon Adebuga wona tonkra edi free northern region edi bra mentifi na esi nsu antonti afi ekuafo aso ayehye esanse womo emfudie no ama ba ne sanso a yen ye wofom hayi ye ne bebre sanse nuane no bebre no mutu a efom ha na womo de ba na yenye bi ani a na akoye bibia ewo ho ye de dwuma ibesi asore so ama PSA ladi the health and lifestyle abeto amuso ya kai mu say Institute of Expert Travel and Tour was saying kanche mu service ahodo nyina kwentu mu nkomo ani mu hawo nyina no fa bedan wo mu ne titru ope professionals away nurses midwives pharmacists lab technicians and teacher fompo eka ho ekuafo bankers construction workers ka ho general laborers security guards any adumaye nkaye nyina wonu wo mu enkasa na ansana no hwe wachira kwan e wo sofo line Kumasi Prempe College ye 2 brigade second gate wa 2 brigade second gate wa barracks ho na woni omunkasa wo 0504 694 209 0504 694 209 and 0539 899 915 0539 899 915 yeah happy birthday Emma Kane MP for Menchia North Yura Randy and also say Chief Amankwa ene wa wodanti honorable happy birthday to you sanso na mechia mi amedofo prekope Professor Akua Bonsu Chadi Kumasi Technical University Oma Matesa no pe mabiem ewo ho wonu nuanom professors ni nyina mo hwe yen enti ema good morning yedamase papa Professor Akua Bonsu very good morning to you me din de Akua Asieduaa me da mu nyina aseme sorry up next health and lifestyle.
Wednesday obrempon basapon yankopon trade and poda roma ya senhia biom. Ye the health and lifestyle bro meeting at the PSC ladi. No mamu nyina achen. And then opa bekasa for postpartum. Where they know emu dupa na ye ne Dr. Abna Konadu Yosin ena ABD enkomo na anope your birthday. Happy birthday to Abigail Ano Jechi. We are nurse our Chirinsia Health Center. We're free chief Oyerepa TV. Happy birthday to you, Abigail Ano Jechi. We are nurse our Chirinsia Health Center. Na fi Yami Shop obey Sian Gertrude also ene your birthday. Also our Chirinsia Health Center wa nyankopon. Enhiramu nyina obey Sian Gertrude. Okay. Yanko yen topic and so na yama Dr. Akua Asieduaa. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Yeah, that's me who are. Me who are maniachi. Me share I reform bahwa. Therapeutic so be who sa was and listen to see free no. Come up nyankopon hwa de bia me kasa asem we. Yo. Ye ka postpartum deade.
Yo. Nti bit me kwa kan postpartum period. Ne pa che nyina ne se obaawo. Bre wo a efri se wo ye no kopem brebi na e friend postpartum period. Nti me chichem kakra. Ye wo normal postpartum ye ma up to 40 days. Nti my oya almost me 40 days. Then so ye wo immediate postpartum. Ye wo late, and ye wo delayed postpartum. Immediate postpartum na ye wa first 24 hours and e friend immediate postpartum. And late postpartum 24 hours and you could see 40 days and 6 weeks no. And I also say 42 days. But you kind of 40 days. Now delayed postpartum ne dey. And she share kwa they been to me the kwa could see 1 year. It depending on near my a course so. It been to peg in 6 months. Until never say a share postpartum period no. Near my mienu a course was say any ko ho. And my course be breed or a dose be breed. Then say we share no forma breastfeeding. Now ya share the friend low care. Say moja na baka kakra na na de akosi e breast say wo sha asie chima. Ti sa na pese ne me pese kan fa postpartum period ne no.
Enti ye hwe ti de kan no forma na di kan. Ye hwe no forma no say na wo say kro.
Enti emma bebre wo ya ofu se esese no for ne ba. Ansa wo de ama abofra no wo a enu obi efe bi oxytocin enu no awo ni mu na ekosro nti ekosro a na ya fe bi milk leg down reflex enu na ma no for no e sha ase e na wo progesterone nso wo wi e be sha ase abafom tis a hormones ne balance wi a enu 48 hours and 2 days no na no for na hyehye na nso wo ka ho e na be ma na basa nti encourage say baby ni beto hwa nka ye betumi a enne me bresi kwa bi kwa ye operation e bi kwa ne baby ne wo no wansu but normal postpartum wo ye na bibia nsin ma me na se antintin ye se bia ye gina no ho pa ma ya che 30 minutes ne the baby na to no for na no o born na no na o ye se o twi no for no na hormones no e hye se na ye se hye na afa no for no e hye it is a wo na 48 hours ne nso na no for ma ya ma ne nyon nwanwa so obi ho no ma ya kwa ne so mo ebi man to obi kwa fa no for ne nto akoda na no kra de bi e so de tuna no
ka kokwa ma no
so ho ene kwa de ya na e ma na aba na ja en ba fro
ma ne konko badua
ya wo different meal ndi ados
da onyem no kra wa totori nyina sisi wo
bi adwen yo mo se nufu konko madua na ne bo odin no na ye bibia nsen nufu su so ho ahyase na wo de akoda ne to ye bi kwa wo hwe anim that time wo sa ohunu hwe ba ye nim se bonding wo ho e ma wo ne akoda ne ayonkofa no esisi so pepepe enti ahyase na wonya ho a wotiti mu ano oje oba na tofo obi kwa de kware mana wosema bre mfa no nto da bi imprempre na wo ye na se akoda ne to ne fo na ma ne fo ne bantem to de tuna no obo na no a obi se a o de mana obi kwa de ka kire me se ne ba no fo ne bi nim tia na bu afu na mse
eni akra no ba ne kokonya kra o anga issues
wa na me say abrochi ak yamana ko anger management Akoda ya wonu fufu onim se mebu afu. To the famano oba obeda also won otwetwe ne be kaka na afi ahya ase esehye. Nti se wo na wunya no fufu ma oba na esinya abotire ma oyemu nhyehyɛ bebre na doctor no for ne mai na bebre so adwen omo se nufo ni moye du an ekye se aba saa be na akoda na ebo na no colostrum ne ye nufu so eba yellow ahya se no kwa na yetentan kakra so wo kakakra mo wa mo se nufu so umia nufo clear but yetentan bi sa aha nti saa kakra ni nyina onya nufo ni binom so nkopem se ebe hyehye aha na wa ampe so amfa ntuna no ya breastfeed na ewo mumienu ye ka say on demand akwada ne busa o suna de ahye nanum e na obesin so at time no say 2 to 3 hours bia so wa hyehye na de ahye akwara na no wo ya ne sa eboa e ma nufo no so na hyehye no 48 hours am ka say bedu o na hyehye no eboa ma wutimi twi nufo no film enye sa na afi awate egu so na ahohye enso di so maame no
wa etimi ma o yare
oh aduane bebu Israel Ashase on so bu ha na me ba na enti oye yesa ho onum kakra ni wagyan na okoto konkom aduane wa ashase enu se no fo ne nhyehyɛ kama no na akoda na ebi kwa wa men wontimi ntwe wontimi antwe a ede ema no fo ne ye wo ya awotimi ti rules obi huntimi hye eye hye obi kwa etimi koso am onya bi efe ne mastitis no fo ne kwa agina yenufu so na agina no fo no ntimi ma onya infection so aha enti ene no ye no for so asma ye kanyina ne se eya ma wo ye mu nhyehyeo kana tetene pa de be tete so muto glucose ne de ma akoda ne ene ye nsoso saa na ma ne so ni enim ne se no for ne se wo sha asientem na wutimi ye exclusive nso a nyame abo ne se abofra ne num na esa no na foforo be hyem wonum na esa na foforo be hyem enti se wo yire wo ho na se wutumi e ma ne num a ebri bi anufo ni bi wo
ya me de fofofo sa na ebo etie na doctor wo bi say me ma akra no fo na ya hye na ya de akra no fo no tu akra na no pe ya wo se wo friend dey body o say
abi kan afabo na me bebe
afabo
eno so ya ade ba akwa ma ni bi mpese me ma mba no nfo eye broni kan say protective mechanism eye kwan ya nyame ahyehyɛ ne se na ebe ya ebe fa so ama mojentu so ahu se abofra ne so nufuo no ma oxytocin na make na ye hormone no e release ene ebo ama ne fusuo ne ba oxytocin nso so ne koka awode e ma ne chenchen moa ye ketwa moa no na mojatuo se moja betimi atu na nso so yira moa na ye ketwa enti esese ubenya be na otwemienu no na afa ye nsanka awode ne bi amoa akoto waya ase ho aha entimi nkose ne na tetenete na nso so be ketwa ye nsa enka ye nsa ka ye funa ye nsa nka biu so enti eyade asese esi ye wo zitosi ni bi hospital ase moje etu na ye di siu so edi gu nsiom na ye di siu so edi bi wo osire mu pane oba bia wo e wo ne sire mpane ye no a enti ne esan boa ye duro ne se akwada ne num no na chinchim omo se me de me wo afa ba wo me so ye wo bia so nye nko a oba bia wo na se na ya se na obi wo boni ka se threshold of pain obi betimi pain obi so ntimi te ye obi se ono nko a na saa de ne ye ne sakwara ne num na saa pain na eba na emoa awode no ama mojatuo no afiri mu te ho so ye very important nti won se na se oba wo ho no onum wa wanya advantage o ti emfa ne ono so wo ya wanya ne ba nso mmem ne nhwe obi wo ye no sabi ebi kwampa ne ba ne wo ne yem ene ya na akwa na beto ho ti obi amenum no fo ye ma time a ebe san hyehye
nufo no be hyehye
ebe hyehye aha enti hyehye a de enim ne se nufo no hyehye na wo twe no na eba kese nti uma ye ntafo kro mu nyina benya bienum ise maku bi boni friend outliers e maku ne ntime ma nufo wonu fusu ne bi mma but of normal oba bi an nufusu oba bia no obeti amantafo anufu am obi amen
wow
so aha ebia na esun ni ade ne bebem aha se nipa ne timi ye mienu no bina bomu a eboa enti no se obi be free mu a niema ACB ne se de ebe kwa kosia ne se nufo ne be hyehye awo betimi ate egu so efutu ayetu ne se bro so pa din na wontumi a wait me the nsuo hye biko ko hye bathroom na hwe nsuo hye go say ebe to sen kakra be free mu na why okay but enia say wo twi no fusuo na free ye mia free wo twi free mu afoforo be san be hye
ni pedua no be sa akoda enum ti foforo wo sa foforo ba
nti ya na encourage say obe
nsuo yunu
nsuo hye nsuo hye kakra e won say nsuo hye no e kan wa obetimi kwa de tower e warm to so a kakra be to sen free na pain na ba from na afi wo di nsuo yunu atoto so na a control pain na ma eno ya abro so no sen hihye mo so bebira yen advice kwa se manimpie na emum brazia ebetimi ayere nufo mpampe na emu odin nufo ni gina so den na brazia ne moa na ebe kakra no na afi ejai emma biu saa na eho ne te aha nti se wa anye ne saa na wo se ahihye ni ye manaba ahihye me ye manaba ebe ya ma time bia no na refile afi wuti anye ya na mekam mastitis abem aha honhunu ama abadwo akwa timi bedem na afi bia akonya infection na ebe ha wadwene ebro so a obi ha ontumi pain no eno kra nso so twemu a wakọ anyane ba adwene ne kra anye ye wonura it betimi dey amount eno ye bra ebia abro so ye wonura ukohu doctor obetimi dey amount a ebetimi atwa no fo no enso afiri ho nti ye mfa ye ni nso nko meni fe ne lokia oba bia wa moja bakakra ena ya na mankofo ka na fie se owo ekuro wo ye ekuro bia ni ye se ni se kuro tu na moja ba aha
tie se kuro sa kwara na ye yi na ba no ekuro da ho se tie ni
ekuro bia ni ho Kwesi ebi timi kuro bi sofo aminim wo ebi kura de obehu omo ka betie hyehye
kambeka se de abetie ene solve
kwe bia o didi ekoguo no o minimu ho no eni bia aba ne dane eni twaka bia oni panye mu ntese ankura mua ye hwie ne ema agum
na ekogu ba bia ko hyehye ba bia
bi enti wodi yi
abetie na eni makoyira
wa wakopura kwa enya mfaso bia ekuro bia ni ho na mum awo ade ne waya bebia wifi na moja ne fio kakra ena no fumen eboa ma ne moa ana enu ede be moa be ma wo moja ntu ne boa e ma ho ni nyina moa eye kama na mum moja na sha ase ba no unse wuchi makra moja ne ba edu ba bia na esoti na afi die etwa saa na awo nso die ne tie enti asha ase no e friend bi lokia rubra eye red lokia e base moja nti acha be 5-6 days e ko na awotwe ho no na kala na esesa lokia serosa tenu ayetum na eko na afi obehu a na afi uhu se pa de hye wafo so uhu hye da nhunu se ye moja ayese light color bi sa na emu ni se ye tototo eni se enka wom aha ti ye se acha na awotwe miensa de na oba wo ya asembia mechiri a moja na twa Oma ye operation etimi konanim kakra bi ka ho ni titru se bia fibroids bi wo mu ne ade a ebia lokia ne betimi a che kakra ena de ka ho bi onsa wo de na nkasa na ese emu akoto de da no na wotwe mienu ese akoto de da fibroid bi wo mu a we fi se fibroid ne wo ho na ade nyinsen ye na efro ne so dada ti na wo de ne eso dada nti ensan nkoto ema yensa ye enkoye se bia wo do nsa kan enye ye de na etie no ebetimi aso ase ne kakra bi so aha enti obi ho no mu a na nse midwife bi ka se obi ma mehu adan a wo ye no wonya na otwumi no sesela ne nsa kan na wo de no o ya ade pa kire se wo hu de enti a obi awo na otwumi no na sela na wo de ne ginem kakaka sa ese ka amo aye ketwa na fibroid na chichim ti enko ntem senia ono oni problem bia de eti aha nti lokia no ye nto aso mfiri ho lokia no by 3 weeks e kwa obi kwat mi de kwa kosi be 4 weeks enkanim enya tro bibia anya na ya senye ne ya ebeja na ka lokia aba meka se fita kakra bi wa chire no na eba enu ba wi a na chese wa wi obi de awo de wo wa yenim se o manufu a wontan chimantem obi be manufu enso 40 days nso obechima wo kan buku bi obeka se 40 days na edechima se wa manufu a wo manufu a fa ma be se yitena ebi aba ku bi ena be timi echima enso ma bebre chima by 40 days obi kura de 40 days ni nso enti mehu obi ane de wa bosome enu ochima enti yes anana dwen ne se moja na asa shasa etu no ye nhwemu na nya moja bia na etu na se chima no na aba ntem abroso enti normally 40 days ko wutimi chima se wo manufo na se wo nchima ye na bosome nsia maaya untan nyinsen so on tin nufuma nso mfaso no me ye obi a manage nufuma ho kire se me hunu se eboa makoda ne maame timi ka bom bonding e na mema ne ni abre se nkoda ne tetare wo maame no wonni nya asem ketua bi a na e yo mo se maame ne kwa kanse ma kire nkoda no da bi nkoda no bond ne hye yafunum na ma bonding no mo dia be pia asase su na bond ne wo ho enti nufuma ne boa bonding no eboa ma bofranya ahobambo efi yare bebre ho yare bi aye open bia no we only find antibodies and immune system now are build soldier for our body more born ho ban ti no nya bi ekonofo no mu a eboa ma abofra no so ye bone ho ban ti nufuma no ho advantage no na nufuma na make say e ma menses na man to the family planning ti say wonya nchi man na wonya nya bosumi nsia de a oni be me hye anya likely say obenyinsen na mom say nufu wo cha say wuchi ma de a fa hye wutiri mu say obetimi anyinsen ebre bia na wotwam bosumi nsia na se nufuo no woda so ma enso wachi ma kai hunu se watwam bosumi nsia ne de obetimi anyinsen unchi maaye enso wo ma nufuo kama wanya bosumi nsia unchi maaye obetimi anyinsen wani na unchi maaye obetimi anyinsen wani na obi nso wo ho no mu a obema nufuo so ntwa akoda ne nufuo a unchi ma ena obi wa ha wontwa akoda nufu a wonchima ye nyina nim se onya bosumi nsia na se wonchima kwa betimi anyinsen sa nipa no wentwa ne ba no fo nso a onyinsen da tini nyina ejina wo se ne abobre ne tie ti obi ho no ma na obi busam se doctor na no me ka se twa ma wo no wi ma wo dia na nam se na wo dia nyina nya aduma ketu o dabi ndam se wa wo awo ne so ne ba we nko ade wonya afi onchimae so enti ejina kwan afa so no so we so nko ama ya exclusive na me se ne aye adwuma ama ti saneti
doctor wa chere bebre we bi anipa me hu nti de tie bia no e wo so ma oba no nufo so ma oba no nufo na oba the pastor doctor you very much ai make us say ebi ana onsem na anso awhwehwe ya ubenya ye wo South Interest Junction baby our friends gardens wo na se wo free ha na akosantase runabout a usani nsuo mu ho na betonton cars na afa ni fa hospital no green Trust Care Hospital uba ye beboa na problem bia wo bia na ya solve ama sane ye beka no
Edasipa. Dr. Abna Kunedu Yosen Trust Care Hospital, Sasso Treso, and our Sanso, a head of facility at Dancing North District Hospital, a work for Mina, Edasisa Oba Betrete in the Anope. Miss Midi Eddie PSC Ladin and happy birthday, happy birthday, Kayan. So, Mamma Sanya, happy birthday to Abigail Anojichi, we a free chief for Oyerepa TV. And afi obinsia Gertrude and they also o birthday nurse Akua Asieduaa Health Center yankopon enshira obinsia Gertrude happy birthday to you Asieduaa Health Center sanso and Abigail Anojichi and your birthday na ohima Brefi's collections and so your hema papa o birthday yankopon enshira change over me move over Kwesi Parker Wilson ebe take it over or demo air cross over encantadios adios.
Emri bi atwam apomuden ho nsem agi ensem ho emma osuru yedin emma sase ediawere ho enti onyankopon nam da asumu eda enua eni habama ebeti adasama enkwa ekire adujamfi okumanini barima enu akire no adujamfi esa kotra kwayem edaduanan agwamfa nsuo ankana no menu mienu apomuden penti wenti enigisem onyankopon de yare nyina so tumi ahye Dr. Tamda sonsa gise di wawuo anase yesie no ko a ene wontimi na yaresa bia ho de wasiesie ho kama fika krabi ba gwa yaresa e wo kumase abuakwa agogo frayen 0244 774282
oyalfo bia kai se udimafo eye midimafo heba clinic Dr. Tamda
Wana metesa wo ba no se wo Canada.
Oh, woko suku.
Na yesi ajape aba no nso okọ na nso no de okoye adwuma.
Mese, amanfo akọ no. Enya gro.
Ja no ho na de won kosa no.
Oh, Express Group for ya.
Express Group.
Yes, Express Group. Obia na nya bre. Bese otukwa kwa ama no ne de. Wo de obekọ simple. If you want to study and work in abroad in any of the advanced countries like Canada, US, Australia, UK and Germany, they will take you there. Next you visit and now turn so we go Dubai, Canada, UK, USA, Australia, and Germany numa what do we say ya juma so what do we Dubai, Qatar and South Korea. And if you want to write an international test like IELTS, SAT, TOEFL, GRA and GMAT, they will assist you to write. Express Group say I can't you and yet and you who sao chira kwan e Kumasi Asafu Leba roundabout wa and crying Kanesi First Light Tema Community 18 Lashe Goy Filling Station Sunyane Silver House Ewa High Court Tamale Ayama Building Yabe Tamale Teaching Hospital Takrade Market Circle and our offices Ewa my bebre so telephone 055-555-0067 and 0249-000448.
Someone say yo. My cat they use Kojak quality oral care product. Today Kojak charcoal toothpaste. None of most my head. Fana no man. What up now saying?
Hey, Mrs. Akua no. Oh no. Ekiki missing. Edia ben. Ekiki would sing. Now won't take Kojak P&F toothpaste. Any of my mouthwash no. Ye free hanum say ya kona kope bito esan sen ho nya nakra e bo wo mo se tai fenfen mo mo se de ye wona me nua be
ane emfa o si endi agokra efi se ebetimi aha odachi infia duase ni ayede procode ba adwaso eni eduro bia nsi akan no sanso na yede Kojak oral care abedwaso edemu sronko te se Kojak charcoal toothpaste emma osinye fita nemma na hoden Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste epuehro emma osiye den nemma wenum so yehwiam so ye obi so a osetai fenfema mwa wedi aduane enyu anasa ehia odiane Kojak P ne Kojak F toothpaste ene ne mouthwash chuchumika koje odie if say Kojak nyama so de ibi quality keke
Incratway FDA Ajato
ma will say
Lemon for GH, yet the MJ Sleep Well Tea, Aba, Camomile, Passion Flower, and the Lucorice Kakra Womo. Now, won't to me na, and now brand sign water. Oh, that's sorry, I want to be MJ Sleep Well Tea, and my water na ho. MJ Beauty Anti-Aging Tea, my way fair. A toxins, a free pedrianum, born who by free wrinkles, and my brabia will look young. Now, supplements are much yet to more, and my one more, we do. What for so, Babasa song, a slim come on. For the one dance you. Boy, he gift you. Simakukum, the celebrities out of Bebre. Lemon GH product. I'm a resource and Kasa Kumasi, our ship mu. Aprepoquanoso. JP filling station wa. Fre 0536 723 921 and 0537 535 656. Slim and Fit GH. The excellent weight reduction choice.
Go Ghana for one juma. A brasso sell do what it on the idea than in now be quabonte. Na yensi ama fashibre idea me. If we say ye bidija Ghana Trade Fair Company Limited. A homikeka kwanso ye de Kumasi Grand Sales 2024. Bremo. We a quite soon call bits me you no matter the ning in free hall. Now what the fofo Ashanai and Sana bring a brasso and nunti shayin. If it is September 19th, Educosi 23rd, 2024. Jumadi beko so ewo Ratri Park Kumase ne ni gisem ne se enya de tonkwa ne beko so dwumadi ase ya hyehye dwumadi ahoru bebra ebema ehwa ye de ye yesiesi bebi sonko kra ma mmofra omo beba bedi agro blood donation ekoso no na live band nso so ginem jebetwa na ase ehwo be de ye the Kumasi Grand Sales 2024 ema dwumadi insa ho kra o fa ho shem ne ani ade tonfo afoforo nhia mumfa adwen na emu wedwadi enkoso akwenya bebre ene bepiem minia edie na wo twen wonso brana betrudin na se yenchiremu bia nso so a obetima frame was 05974233304 and as a 05025000632 and now say 02444694451 Jen website www.tradefairgh.com the Kumasi Grand Sales 2024.
Olu, hey, nah. Me come in for ho. Hey, who come from? Now who to me aduma? Na say grace get fit ya da wuru menti. Say bibi anya nwanwa bi. We no. Ai, say dey gina so chire be yi. Na ma say awon wan afia mama. Me secret ana wo de na meboa. Na wo na kata na pet owo nim. Me secret ko fa no kure. Aya oni kure na ta atobo. Uko tu na 3 days aba ko meka ho. Ama me nhwia meka acho. Bi kuno a nice husband. Just there, yareba na why na down. Acho ko fa me ko. Na no beto no what. Eh, cash and win. The great gift heba. New Achimaka petroleum one. What is? A drone work, baby. Hey, stroke man. And then me, Obeti. Let's give it to her back, Renate. Edropia.
Nsunsun ba woni pedium a ema wotimi nhwe wonsansun timi ndidi etimi kra ma wo ho kekaw se wo ye panyini a fa nisi 1400 enkoda wo buru enfie mienu so de nisi wam suspension ene betimi abo eyi nsunsun fi honum amonum wa na ema wo manom timi nya pomode ekeka wo panyini nso ebetimi ama wadidi ye nisi 1400 ene nisi wam suspension eya nsunsun atamfo na nso eye busi adamfo nisi 1400 ene nisi wam suspension eye drofo fra nisi farmer ediaba se openi dudu etu a ene efre 020-693-8515 and 020-830-5675.
Nisi Wem Sunsunju. No atamfo. Nisi Wem.
Akua FDA.
Oyerepa. The station can be sleepy.
Musafo yamam obibia akwa babiam edeba Oyerepa TV so biba yedui OBT agenda, that is Oyerepa breakfast agenda. Yeah, they said I make here any PAC for Ghana to say no any health and lifestyle segments on the show. Now this morning my guest will be the Member of Parliament for Joseph Constance, and it's interesting that lawyer Commander Watton Kanena Kamefreno MP but you know, Kasadia, Joseph for Action on Yam, the by-election on Tomano, the called Parliament. So, and there, we'll engage him and talk about parliamentary experience or call any a few other issues for elections. So, but there is one thing I need to tell you. NDC, I'm sure you know by now that almost sign a peace pact because of, you know, maybe a few months ago, years ago. Because according to the chairman of the party, that is Johnson Asieduaa, or say, all the peace part of Masani Kwesi. Now, he's asking his people, and then this national executive said, almost sign a peace pact, you know. National Peace Council, Akua Asieduaa say, Ebeyanka, Ebeyanka NDC for M1 ebedi nkomo na to understand the perspective of the NDC obi eka adentina ase omoya ye chichiriti omampeniaka say he's going to respect the will of the people. Iti adenti ena do wakadie still now so your public announcement to do what exactly the baby say yempeni for yensaka omameding Kwesi Parker Wilson. Na and I'll pay of course we call Facebook or live on Facebook like a page you know for comment go mami. Na Misaka Dr. Peter Boamo Tukono and run on meeting ase. He is the director for Interparty and CSO's relations at the NDC Amoyokono. Doc, my good morning. The Oyerepa party is on the pay. Well, I'm told that Doc has dropped the line. We'll try him again. Na Edin Komo just to understand the position of the NDC in this election and why they still would want to hold on to the almost stance to say almost sign peace pact, you know. And Senator Dr. Peter Boamo Tukono, the director of Interparty and CSO's relations at the NDC Amayoko Nandra. Now our Jumedi Nase. Now it is the National Peace Council who went to visit the party NDC for office. Jumedi and the two in fact. Ben Sali, a member of the council, and NDC penny for Ekasai, a Palmocho, negotiate with them, say if the NDC is going into this election, almost say almost any peace pact now, there's a problem. There's certainly a problem. And we should almost say they will commit to the peace pact and also help the people commit to the peace pact. Now, and no man Siena on would go up. Let me just run you through them briefly. Now, according to them, what Kai said, was it 2018, 2019 there about by-election? I also West Wagon. That is the East Legon, Accra. Now, I also West Wagon by-election. They set up a committee of inquiry to look into number of course one Sam George, national security boys be and men be and officers be assaulted Sam George. Remember, it's your 2 year man for pre-prana. So there was violence at also West Wagon, and there's a commission of inquiry to look into that. Commissioner and the Juma issue white paper, according to the NDC, a binding for the white paper no, and answer the findings of the committee, and Juma, they're expecting that every recommendation by the I also West Wagon Commission of Inquiry, that is one. Again, they're making the point that Mokai, the last election, almost about 8 people lost their lives, 8 individuals, they lost their lives. Now, 8 individuals, see, according to NDC, people have not been prosecuted. They haven't been prosecuted. Well, Doc is back on the line. Doc, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Parker.
Doc, you put on, I say, you kono local. Mati. And the dog.
On our driver, and our driver.
I don't have your driver. It's me and I'm actually. But I'm so you're comfortable. The way you're comfortable with, and a very good job. But of course, Doc. And why you say Peace Council, Abamasuya, ya to say they are negotiating with you. Chana Beya over committee to the peace pact. And this more already say Umbe committee and Mujina.
Yo. Yedi kai ye threaten near maybe
it's you
Nintia Peace Council and Krabatabako ba ya kache and ra and your Peace Council in Nana by and your Peace Council Lankasana by we a committee here. Peace Council has set up almost say Omodebe monitor election processes and election violence.
Great.
Just a committee. Na sa committee no approach for so soldier for so party for so MPP was so NDC was so other parties no and so representatives was so and well my associates I will person I will be the different familiarization with they won't say Ikuna ya teno ewo on ma mba monitor electoral violence in Africa. Now we dem kumodie no mu no na ye common no ekopie peace council jumadi a odi ene ekwan ye gidi say peace council no sia no pepezu adru no it has outlived its usefulness. Ye ka say outlived its usefulness and actually say fa so pa e peace council ne so pa anti ayete ye ne die Ghana die nya sa fa so no e wo so.
I see.
You know, the performance the peace council the great new asset because peace council they won't any that's for Ghana for as we say if we are cost peace council yeah one of us has almost do more naka one of them printing kwa aka wasem na one etimi atwe amanfo aso ebi mu gina simpie so ka so mo hand over power in na peace council to no oyo mo hwe meanwhile no hate speech, vigilantism, any when you mean peace council, there's a whole code of conduct. That's our code of conduct. You may, Nano, and Nabi Busa or Mose. It's no more code of conduct, no one yes or more. By Champion Kitani, same only we as a code of conduct. That's code of conduct, no. One more year, as a by example, Kitani, same. I almost you he said code of conduct not well to papa so but near the could be any pretty na womo buy no yes we fa kwenya e ka ye bo so asem ye pa chiro mo ye chairman national chairman honorable John Jafi to die na na ye de to mani say what is in commodity because why ka peace pact one asema NDC was ye the peace pact ne die you also fast because even any say peace is so there sabi you acquire the oko kabenku sabi you say woni more na woni nchine any issue I won't mean benku mani yi it no peace na nkasa there e product and you may be near careful for any sa peace
right
na sabi you the upasum di now the why say what the sabi you to trust them and I will be we dear to trust them views what when Yamrasam or the Becca home, Umbia, Ubia Kashi, I want it. Now, a bed then when you ask me, and Marada home find you and so pass with me. Well, now, why they say, Ube Udos have a will be any also pass with me. Ubi now more on count, what one as also pass with me. Yakwa back for all 2 years, amount for the 10, a quam also pass with me. Beside the Yas with me. We ask with this, in Tineno. And then in a mosquito, and they had to just say, you want your media, of course, ya chon area can want a mass buy to an amount, buy to one. Na, no answer the 2020 bedroom, the chain printing quasa, kaya, ma. A brown with the peace back to buy a say and yes, I cry, I say, peace back to dear. Open all sign. And could do Makua Woodwall, any Kakua Woodwall, one year a Duma, the justice system, no more. I will be doing a brasama to be chinaso. The moon can want, Osai peace part, I see. And you may go very yesterday, a buying and a control judiciary, and a control attorney general, a control police, a control all the state institutions. It took us a peace party, a political party, never sign peace party. That's you because political parties non-governmental agencies that so big deals no boom raswa as a police as attorney general attorney general also belong to one party of the political party. It means how say state institutions we now not just say pass because you can't my president got all the peace party and follow a buy and far by on your own side. If you any party in good deal, you near MPP chairman good deal. Now, said you are remembering film any your deal, ye train ya, the editors okay, yet ye pass with you in Kinkat, and all the Maka, your best sign. Name Momono, ye check, and now, Uncle you say. You bet to abandon no be a dinner, but I send you to trust them now buying a share, chili now buying a Casabay Catasu Paso, near Jomaso. na no ena da yeko wie pitri 2020 a yeko nipa wotwe ya kasa senia twa bisinde nipa wotwe na yeko mo hono sabi you anomaba kra ye nchele sa anomaba yi ana ye mfre anomaba nka za anomaba una obetwe mu ena
but Obeka say we na your past event is a clean slate, is a new chapter. Peace Council say, let's look forward. You're forward looking. My intention you see in the past, Now you send peace pact. We send a baby, be a better so come. In time, they just send a my treaty. Now okay, now I send my chomuko.
And then it clean slate.
Dog with you. Say a bad new election. It's in yesterday. It's you're not well buying.
Paka Peace Council no foforo ni ana. Akua Asieduaa ya foforo. MPP ya foforo. IGP ya foforo. Attorney General ya foforo. And clean state no. Clean slate no say. Sai institutions we nyina ni pedipedi enta chire di sa nyamra sam ni nyina no. O ma free ho. But when the peku ya na wo ho. And then clean slate. One ka say otiwa we yibone. Ejide ye kan say. Dan kuku ya na wo ho. And ye can't say me no Wendy so. And as I could be any Asaka no Wendy, and I've seen a peace council in country, a buying country, president in country. The yesterday to the nation's address, yeah. Not a single occasion has president even acknowledged that in the election that elected him, 8 people died. Never. Not a single occasion. If you said you pray the assembly for money more pray, then you give me. Until you get the sound quite in Kukuye, yes, the entire peace pact, until you get 3 and 7, yeah, connected, you are done a point number, he creates, that is useless. I see. It did not then, I'm also saying, you can't lead our people to the slaughterhouse, Paka. You can't lead our people to the slaughterhouse. All we are saying is the peace pact be anyone when you be in the pact be anyone man, and that's true being said, and you are connected. Your penal, apre near penal near a year, and you will be prepared. So that's what we are saying. Now, you think because the entity years and work. Now, what I need a pointing back, no, that one is not fair. That is not justice. That is not peace. If you want peace, you do the right things that will get the peace. We have made 6 demands. 6 demands are you're very reachable. Tell you, say, one more you could be power. More investigating the example, and also a one our president, I was one more a commission to investigate almost the report about implement the report and also a one our take and the report now, but 5 years you market it and also a your peace is free. You say a peace pact now, you have a time, you have police one time, you have Attorney General time. Yema electoral commission sign. The institutions and also I see. It is a peace council to me and Yamu Dog. It's a peace council and to me and Yamu Kenya. Does it mean someone sign a peace pattern? Yes, I peace pattern also. According to you are Kotoka, Nadia Bisio now with the Pinchine, I won't top a room without waiting to come. Wakotoka, this is was a media say, may I got men top a room that with me to come. Car with me to that a piece here. Mokasana, Diana, Macmenu say. Macmenu, some of some young talk, but some with the bonnet, but some young Brasam, Mamma Sam, election, and why it's treaty, sanity. Hello, Doc. Oh. It was a 4 minute, Dr. Peter. At least why you be that. At least why you be that. I know, so yes, I mean, no, say registration cry, Yambrasam near to Trasama, MPP for ye, our Ghana for Nanya. Yambrasam near to Trasam, they will custom our way. Near a better you have signed peace back. Where is the peace? Where do you want the peace to be? When you are misbehaving, you are being treacherous, you are maiming and killing people, and you say you want peace. Hey,
Make us say, I mean, this is a new election. Doc, now, your very good friend, Peter McMahon, say, I said, most stance now we're taking on. What percent we are now we are bonny? Because our penny and Dre, our cat, say he's going to respect the will of the people. And no should be an assurance to NDC say. So you say
we respect the will of the people.
Of course.
But I want to Brofana. Brofuna and I would say, Brofuna, I will respect the will of the people. Hey, not matter, literature, no anything. The man never said he will respect the will of the people. He said the will of the people must prevail.
The will of the people must prevail. But if they prevail, he's going to respect the will of the people.
It's the will of the MPP. When the president on Waka say you hand over to an MPP government, now Kasa no kind of carefully look at the English. He was not saying you will respect the will of Ghanaian people. Or say one police for a becambo, actually be asked for obeying Yambrasem, or about to now Ghana for I did your mayor managers on the to about Koran. The man was
is that not assurance enough for say? Yeah, two abandons of NDC we're winning, every people we're winning, and the will of the people has prevailed, Doc.
President, the about 1 year two, now this year winning, no say or no president say, and yet the will of the people, that in his view is not the will of the people. The man is talking about in his view what is the will of the people, not the true will of the people. Listen to his voice. What do you see any school to Bob from the tape? Just play the tape. Then young school than the enter bro. Into Mumbai, no people the man has wickedness in his mind. And what he's saying it carefully. When our castle will hand over power to the MPP. The cabinet minister said they will never hand over power today or tomorrow. And you are telling me, he said, we want him to say, well, be obeyed and do over power, man. President Rollins did it, President Kufuor did it, President John Mahama did it in 2016. They said it openly that they will respect the will of the people. Kufuor is the only president who has never said that statement. He's the only president.
I see.
So let's get it right. And those are the demands we are making. And I'm not the journalists we catch them and say, oh, interior minister can't hand over to others.
Yeah, of course, that is true. Interior minister can't. Yeah.
Interior minister on the Kudna Independence Square, a fast we now saw the night this way as well. You know what to me or the hand over power. One across you or three bits lady. So on never cut they will hand over power. Does it speak for the president? Is he the president? We want the president to say, just as the interior minister said, they will hand over power. Not the bravo can be confused. Not just a why, it says the good and GS1. On can the right word say, you would respect the will of the people and hand over power to whoever is elected. Simple English.
Right. Now this position, Mr. said now more candidates, I mean the NDC flag bearer, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, it wasn't a collective decision by the party. He said I can't a collective decision because not someone transcend
na make us the demands are sugar. Demands now they are sugar not say. Every letter a peace council the peace council and your money be go there no be any problem.
Okay.
Transit. I do my first in the no. Na say me no ka say committee no mobile and crowd. So the members are called to committee so.
Okay.
It no Kenya say these parts and the best sign send you back to me no one ma there no any abo boss no they should go and work on it and come back. Then we'll be talking about peace back.
I see. Doc, medasi na one minute exhibition exercise no e bibi ekwe ma mo de NDC4.
Nyame adom exhibition na start the party 24 war a party in Kabata or Ghana and then an idea.
Mate, Doc, that's another pay. For that's Dr. Peter Bobo Tukonom, and a director in charge of a interparty and a civil society organizations relation at the map. NDC among you Kuno and Waka in without mentioning words, sir. Until say National Peace Council, Bayania, NDC 4%, on where your mom on the day, and yet you are committed to any peace because no matter yet in times past, no, Sabi, in fact, so be a new so. And he was very furious at a point. Now, as I mentioned, and your man almost pay, and he said, Nedikany. I also was gone by election, no. Commission, no, inquiry report, no, and our findings, no, or man penning, yeah, or implementing now, or implementing here. 2, the issue about Nippon Wachom baby Koya, unfortunately, in the 2020 election, no, I'll see a prosecutee on 1 year side in the justice bread a year, the family, no. Again, Rebecca and say, see, electoral commission for IT equipment to be agera or their warehouse. Almost say electoral commission, and more the answer the clarity, Ebebasa, at the end of so. Then again, I hadn't hear NDC from the pa, I had the hear more promise say. And I was trying to let him know, say, Omampenia can't, sir. And of course, the will of the people will prevail, and I agree and I admit that the will of the people will prevail is different from I will respect the will of the people. Different. It's, you know, and no, Omampeni say the will of the people will prevail. So say, you're too abana, you're gonna for can be your. But it's different from say, you're gonna for can you know, maybe just to be some part as me seen a winnie and as me seen a lose. I want a problem. It's almost per se a year Omampeni Nana at the Donkey for His Excellency. But now openly, or catch a Ghana for say abana yeto na say NPP elusua mediatum say abana yeto na MPP edincho omo reporter me mediatum but yeto abano no of course MPP winisua me say mediatum. It's, you know, these are the things the NDC is asking His Excellency the President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo to do. And finally, again they say that document that say kratana mukako signing is not just about the parties and yet MPP and NDC pet. There are key institutions also signing this document in the B, which is the Inspector General of Police, that's the IGP, the Chief Justice herself, the Attorney General, the National Security Coordinator. It's in the sa ministry say na say nkokuanu omona NDC person omonso odi omonsa share krata na se. And when we say they are holding the state by ransom, and I say ransom, but I said there be in times past they have suffered violence omontrasi na yanyo mosa. And I'm told that the National Peace Council will also engage the NPP. And we had next week or make more. It's me sure by the end of September there. Yamia dom ya bompa pa yamia doma peace pact there. Me sure say MPP NDC all the parties involved be sign a peace pact. It's you know ebesia. Now you can share with me your thoughts, your comment on Facebook, or call Oyerepa live on Facebook like a page, you know. I'll come and go home, make kind of the amount and not pay. What do you make of the demands by the NDC? Almost see the caveat is some of your mom, no problem. But and they are going to sign it. And I pay my guests in the studio, which are for my very own good friend. So I'm kind of member of the NPP Ashanti Communication Team, but I'm here Pejano. I said I'm through just a constituent, a call by election. I'm trouble man. Come on. You know, he's the MP, the Member of Parliament, and the just a constituency. It was for lawyer Kwabena Boateng is my guest. Councillor Akwa.
Yeah.
The councillor say, Parliament a bon. Na consensus is say.
Boko.
You got the ding.
I just for say men for Monchia. Yes, yeah. That Minchia just for Jira so of my Jebre Eshe. The Queen City.
Right. Now Parliament is to say you call ye.
Addition and a dozen. It's a time I may be remono. Now and yet the start of the session.
Of course.
We could remove Finfi baby. It was a quickly no. To me dear now adjust said the bear will beat me. So beat me a contributor. Juma hopa you could swear ye. It's me you move be brave over some key bills be and sun year rising no. It's me passing one of it here affirmative. Action bill to be a Shippers Council for a year, the host of others are it to me a year. A bill will be was here to be sure. Yeah, recalling on the 3rd of next month. And holidays in Yanson, yeah, dear, but a Jume Wunti leadership as I recalling on the 3rd. Na ya babe twaso, aye Juma. Bills be bro was here, Juma and Sana. Yeah, the term we na baby.
Now, so there was a for the prayer. Many a year just say MP and a bedding common. Of course, maybe Salon or Copa no expectation be now or quiet the expectation has been met. And I say a year total different ball game, grad man. And of course, if I can just want some na the election. So once you know, who comment be and patch or call Facebook up or your live on Facebook. So I'm kind of like a page, you know, my kind of man, maybe send me also be Sabiano, maybe send it man, and hopefully. My activity phone lines now that we join the conversation. And of course, you know that it's an election that you room yepa NPP so launch your manifesto. It's a manifesto week, of course. Be a few things about it. But wait a minute, I don't know MP, of course. You were designed to go to parliament, or primaries, who win the primaries, then the by-election, and who win the by-election. I'm sure you had an expectation. Sir, expectation of the core parliament. Is that what it is? And I said a different ball game.
Well, can say a different ball game. I mean, as a private legal practitioner, of course, I know the primary function of parliament. Mm-hmm. Another argument, you know, a bit jurisprudential. Mm-hmm. Maybe we may look at it another time. CC rule amount for war. Expectations and war about the rule of members of parliament. But you have said it. I mean, primarily, yes. We are legislators. Yeah, primarily, yes, it's to a member of parliament who should be also capacity. No say, what me appreciate laws. Na ni yemu law making no emranwini any said ye see trono or you be a one tias yet. E wo Ghana brown. Because a Juma Casa walk akoye no. Ya carry the Ababeka home. You say you agents of development.
Of course. Yes,
which a year. Yes, you bois a year. Nti me kono na minim so me Juma titru a me kwakoye no say me so me tete ye a me wo e wo mrem eni mfi kakra ni a me de di me Juma se lawyer ni no ni nim di a menya wo mra ho no me so me fa nkoboa e wo emra ye hihye se de be ya edwoso so so de omo so edwene na meje na ye ka no mra se bedwemu a me so me de aka ho that was the expectation okwa ansa na bitimi apatiki no niema bibiro ho so hu di kan pa ye o standing orders
of course
no da ho asiti
very key so o revise no so the standing orders
yes enyagro na on say similarity aya na ewo court de ho ne say asem na wo be kan say hu hia senkra no one rise in terms of the appropriate order no you are out. It said the company meeting here. Of
course, you are out of order.
Who are some kind of sorry, in terms of what rule and I will rise. Sana court also
okay.
Although you sacrifice substance on the altar of technicalities there.
Okay.
But you must know the rules. and on the first thing because what Jabede be bad me hon very important. Yes, with me I am well versed in the rules of parliament, you know. And some other things are in the rules, but by convention and practice. Yes, some of them are even borrowed Commonwealth practice, parliaments or across the Commonwealth, no, ababe a norm. Nina was a ushia eka any parliamentary jurisprudence, and a told them parliamentary conduct. Said said you address your colleagues, and even within the chamber, no. Near maybe not make us resemble. If I am actually nana me leaders no some can say me chiro mu anymore. Na me ko ye no na obi frame the other side or na me cross it. Hey. Oh cross it. Me cross ya the other side one kwa teachers and one is here yire me. Si abrantie. Oh cross you. Jina wa na kwa. Oh cross it. What are they dizzy? And he actually me say ye mpoye exactly na say ye break in yamana maze ne da so siwa. It means parliament is still in session. That's all because Konwaya and work the other side. Exactly. So these are things that church but and yet because of my practice as a lawyer. Judge ba the buyer sorry ubu mu ase chere judge no any idea similarities bebre wo mu ebi so ho a completely different. Okay. To say music, they say basically how they position the music card. So, like almost Lantana, there's a meaning. Yes, there's always it's meaning that obviously. But mainly, no, your vision for a just so. What be your vision for a just so? Yes, in your penny, me corporate battle no, and send you what just for catch me. Who be pay to me dear? Who to me journey be our day back. De mum de wo dwene a wo de ba no tumi hia nkrofo no nchen de o mu ankasa ka kire wo enti me bo apro kakra no ansa na me ba bi gina no de na josofo no bebre no a ka no primprim mu ya akwan akwan ejuso eda MPP abaya se pa ye ka constituencies ba ko benefit from year of roots any abaya kwan generally pa ejuso eka nemum yes Oliver Twist ye pra ye pri bi ka of course nti ye dase e wo dia ban no atumi aya amaye no ye dia siri bi aka ho ejusu nyi aban no bu ni aye da e wa kwan ho efiri se ye bon company ehwe nuanom bi o matwasi atum se ye koye nimpa wo no nti ye dase pa na ye dia pri bi aka ho sisi akwan ye wojo so aban de nsa aka ye gusu ayeye no ekobe 42. Okay. Nti kire se aban no nyiye mu kra na nso memedwumadi ni se wo se me pre na more be ka do na be ka some major routes bi a me de wo kase ye gusu ayeye wo hwe free adwo so sectek hono de fa onwe duna so kwan no so itwem Kwesi mpon kwaso all the way to the Lake Road or some train. Gusu gidi yeah. Free a joso mind to a bankru and ukradi guso. Say aka last kuta di guso near who say we but ye guswa a mu trouble come on. Achia say ebitwemu eba kokobra fumasha kokobra fawa ko achia say amwama achia say e kwan no guswa ya drinks ni nyina wi aya fele at take level akase de wo se yedi gusuo no yedi ebigusuo na baby bi wo ho no mu a meka se baby miensa primprim mu da makoma so pa mi di hu djuma kese di kan mikrum baby e fa na akokwa amon yes ho no fi tetetere de ye nye wo mu kwan da kuta enko hoda nti ama ne kano aye ni bresem pa ye no to nchen ya asaman ejoso asaman so it's not the best so me gusua me de to mpanifo anim na yetu ho anamo the last one ne de ya ye aye drains no em sa check akra
okay
ka se wo si guso eno ye besiase jamase omo tafe ho kelebi yes ya ye drains ne nyina wie wo se ye beguso these 3 places ye baby eno de ye fresh kakra e bi tu ho anamo ya kar bibre no ade ye gusua ye ejuma yes see ye de akwan no to nchen dia ejuso mostly youthful population mabunu no a wo ho no do so pa enyuma mabunu nyuma eno ne da o makoma so pa me ko around no ade ba ko mi hu ye no you know mabunu no pe nyuma omani abre omunya adwuma no a wo mo beye the aban etumi di aba no o ma take advantage full programs are more year youth employment for all the initiatives aban ada roma or they two kwan mu de ma mebunu no ejuso mebunu take advantage pa na so mebunu no dooso nti wo set bi up no ebi enya baby agina no na bibiri nso wa akire a wo se ye show mo nyame ncha de every now and then aban no de you know programs ba eboa emabunu no na say aban the programs ba ya omo yitiri ene omo sua carpenter pick master ba kwa ya pick nkwala ba yi a o kire wo ma de na master no so me so aye ma ne kakra nkwala no so de omo so de bitwitwa omo ho de beto omo tools e de asua adwuma ye gi fo na ya chese efe aboa pa emabunu no bebre no ano sua ensa no dwuma and a host of other nti empire ye bone se aban yi betumi akoso atena bemu akoso atena bemu se de be ya niema bebre de ba no nyame ncha de na no metie Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene ne hyehyɛ ya wo be ba efa adwuma fa ho ne mbabunu mpuntu no na kyerɛ sɛ very promising da che no efe da che no ye ema mmabunu a wo mo adwuso no mo so edamakoma so pa na the last one ebi abrenti meka ka ho na adwuso say ye hwe at the tertiary level no a you need a government tertiary institution biawo
many government tertiary institution
there be at the tertiary level Kumasi Technical University ewo an annex campus but see you know say the main you know the name is just an annex but the substantive institution just so
okay so there are private ones, there are private tertiary I think some board be as a private do
yes Spiritan that's a private institution
but government tertiary institution
yes in fact the ahemfo no ne me mahema no hwe ni mu ye teacher training college and as a nursing training college asase nananom yibiato ho se aban enya ehase anananom bi yi asase tie no ne adia bompa yesi bedru se mede me som bebe wie de na yenya nursing training college and as a teacher training college ewo ejoso ne important.
Oh, that's great. That's the member of parliament Edma just a constituency now. I'm if I went quickly. Miami colleagues, the media, now your cassette, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia should host the media. In fact, I must send a communicate to me just now, which says that Yamiya Doma, Sunday, 25th of August 2024, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Sunday, Doma Maye, a few weeks ago, the Kobe a questions, Sana Bawumia should be Dr. Bawumia Bayentino. Yamiya Doma, Sunday, 25th of August 2024. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the MPP flag bearer, so Ebisha media. Into questions, be opposite could be said to be an audio. Yababa mo mouthpiece there, but I'm going to send the qua the baby son, and we hope that we'll get all the answers. It's my Sunday. That's just by way of information. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be hosting the media. Now, questions will be with the bisano, obeying nano, and the amount. And this is just by way of information. Now, elections, there were a few issues that came up. The crime was Akis Lenyako, Kwanaso MP. I'm sure you saw the video. Not the envelope, and the general concern was that, yeah, you've won the election there, But some say that, I mean, you bought your way through the election. MPP helped you buy your way through the election. How do you respond to that allegation against you?
Well, me too. Me too, Joso. Me name Joseph. Sebi buru, sebi nyado. Joso ye ekase empeninkuru nimpotemu ye tetefo nso sebi buru ye nye nemafo. Se ejosofo tu anamon a wo mo sese free tete bon kompon hwe yechi enananom ye ni edin eni ye dwumaden ya hofama se ye bibia ejosofo enya nkrofo a sebi eburu sebi enya ado wodi sika na ekwa akoto wo mo adwene Ghana has a wo pe empotemu ana constituency ana traditionally o might be a wa santimemu ha when edin pa na oye opinionated what chere wa adwen said your person what chere no fa ejosofo yinsurowe ti said ye nature city no na se bibru bi be pa kenia ususu se sikase na adbe ma josofo a omudu mutumi be ma wo ene kaje so ton hu nyina se josofo ye primafo pa ye primafo ye di ehia so ye di ne wese yes ti ono ma meno ne papa no a wote joso no se bibru nye wo kakra wa no na ebebo ne ira konhuma wo ebehwe ne na hense ye nsese ya wo mo sese ye ehunu se free 2008 MPP free abemu NDC by bibia nkoso wo joso akopim 2016 MPP sai eba abemu early 2017
I see
bibia nkoso ya kwan yo ye die yo bibia kai de hwa na kai ye kopim say MPP sai by year of roots from 2017 that is the first term of the party aban no nam MP ano wo so yura me ame wo fa ami dini nipa kwabna wuso duobi wonam no so ya kwan wo dwoso aban no enam no so ofiri ho a yura the late MP Dr. John Ampontu kuma so ba aban ne nam no so eye de no wo se wo no so eye ti adwosofo sese omu no se MPP wa aban mu ana omu nyamfa so eno no omu gina so omu se ye ka kire so ye hu no obre no ho ase kama ye ka kire wo pa adwuma wo ye soma kro dwoso dwom ha ye ne no anete ha donyina dada dwom bonwire dada dwom ye ne no a party nso ye hu no so wo so da bia ye hu so what TV so a wo kondima party enti se bi eburu ya so ne ya tete ye moremu e de ahwe no amu abelo ye ni ti ye soma no a parliament ho no ye kasa se bi eburu won ko ya no mum ono so betumi akabi ye ka twi kronkronkron obeka ye ka bu Kwesi buru ni brofo so obetumi akabi ti die ti ne ye soma no ma no nyi
because I mean delegation we am for videos yeah interviews am also at 50 Ghana we see at 100 Ghana from MPP for and Professor Yako video ne be kan no na even a political analyst clearly your victory about 55%. But just so you should have won about 80% from the NPP.
Mini apeni abatu bia yato no ma yi mu no NCBC PM NCBC mi gidi se mi a mi gina ya de eto me so aba no me se o hu se me mu obi esika so won
kokoto we dey obi embo odi
yes NCBC PM
na wo gina party din
I do not think say wo se wo chesika ma josofo so mu nkonkoto aba ni esika wuhia no enko dem ha wo ohunu eno na meka josofo so ban e de a kire wo no se obie no obetumi aka se josofo ye to madwene joso no ameme so wo mo ye nto madwene wo mo mpawu a ye baji sika no so ye nto aba ne ma si ye mpawu mpo na so wo komo mu sika wo mbeji but wo mo nto ma wo josofo ensura de wo mo you know wo mo ka o madwene kire wo madwene Nti prof die ya wuken ninko bebre because we say issue akodi a state institution nti yes we will let it be yen can be a bit prejudice but I can tell you say baby boni bia ankoso it just for exercise their franchise with all independence that they needed and it's a well thought through decision omu take hu say primprim die MPP na wa ba mu na brantie no a MPP esoma no ono we somakro oyobi esoma no yiye na omode to aba
why a lawyer idea we na me Peter Bobo to kono edin come about peace pact say e be say pepe yo and asumdwe beba election we mo yam about December 7 me sure what say this for position say enya do be sign a peace pact because in times past of course and they cite 2020 election as an example mo party MPP mo di omunya or election this time around say and there will be my peace council near mama or my nyama don't sign a peace pact as a member of parliament. How are you handling this? Then I'm by found because at the end of the day it's our democracy that we are protected and we are loyal. So I mean, how do you respond to the NDC when they say all these things?
Well, many apaka mekedi. I will even see say the signing of the document itself is not a guarantee of
peace.
Okay. Any the sustenance of our democracy. Yes, any subai.
But so
not to say important.
Yeah, I get it.
No, you don't need a document to commit. You don't need a document to commit. And you don't even take a decision. It is not in your power to say I even commit. Emra wo mayimu. Mint na nka say well abanu aye ba beto no well ye nyina ye ka say ye behwe pepepe ye bekoso eni ade but it is not as if you even have a choice. Politician be any choice wo ma we mu. From the presidency to the last person in the country. Obi any choice me pa me ya ma bato na ko yi me penso so a me nsan emra wo ma yi mu a constitution wo ma yi mu a ehye ye nyina kete se bibi bia no a ye no ye namra kwa so ye de pass ndwe de mo manfo etimi tena wo ma yi mu ma ne ye enti se bi bru se ye bibi e be ya senso dia the obligation is there already ye no ya senso dia ya na make us say symbolism.
Okay.
Ebe mi etimi akai ho. Eye nkaidum ye de kakai. But no enye the origin of the peace. Sagda do be ka say ma me sign dia na na che say me share boss me ma sumduaba. Ubie ni ho awo no. Ena ewo so wo kire sa sumdue be ba Ghana na say ma. Emra se dada eye nyina ya sudie dada. Nobody has the choice including the NDC. Nemum se hu ko hia se yen konsensan krata bi e be yen kaidum na se me nsan nemum memi mo me kire nyeme wusi si ansana masanya well minimum mu basis but mini apaka ma
masa
2020 omo say ye di omunya wo kwan be so
oh no mo nkofo so mo prepare mo ye bon nkofo to be impa be watch ye bo mu
na ye omo nkofo
I mean they claim that they are supported. That's what they claim. I can't independently verify so we that is the problem. That's the claim from the NDC.
That is the problem.
Yeah, prosecutee yes and all of these things.
Mini apaka maka say we can be on send this if what da subai bi edi
itio
obi ekọ police station a onfa sekan enko obi ekọ a onfa ni tuo enko so what titi bi
mate Mustafa bande na kai
ya titi bebre abranti wa bi kwa abofre bi ejina kumase ya ai ka se service yikum nipa say or say yikum yesa enan bi
I've forgotten the exact expression
but say MPP
na interpret language
yes ye de ne court no say wuhu NDC fo a omo ba court wo say yenyi no etu susu say why na asase e bohrema e de entokwaba na me dey na make us political parties no we owe our people some obligations so se wo se ye kyerɛkyerɛ wo mu no na akoka so wo mfa tuo mra no odi tuo kwa Bible say the otun krante no wu krante na no akoka so wo mfa tuo nko no wo kɔ no wo de kwa ususu se sojani ana prosini a ono so wo ma wo fie no a adwuma ye de ama no no ma no ho donti ye de tuo ekura no so wo nyina ho no hwesa abato no bɛkɔ no ususu so wo nyina ho ma wo mfa tuo no mɛbɔ no ana. And they will always cite in Kofobia or Mukokemu ewa Batunum, the last elections. Mini apaka. Bibinti Minko. Kenya San Committee Kamebubo from the Fourth Republic, the inception of the Fourth Republic. Abatwa Yako any nipa ewu efrimo. Some of which we can even impute intention. But minko kai omanfo eyaw. And kameka even common demonstrations ayako binum yikunkum. But minko kase we penso isi nti we so penso esia enyehwe. Na minu apaka de mekanie. Si ekoto aba na amanyuku bi enye NDC nko. MPP so ka ho amanyuku bi aka ho. Ye ko insight ye nkofo no say hey mu piemre wo mu family kanko. I'm telling you what happened somewhere.
Yeah, sir.
Na omanfo de gi twi na so mu kwa. Security for no there will be imminent threat on their lives. Wan hwe ya na de ni siye na yempe no. Ni bi sa akwa kosibio. Nti enye enough say NDC for beka say ye to aba no nkofo bi ye bo mutuo no, it doesn't end there. Ye de ne ba ye na ya media for so musa wo mu e ba ne sen ne ba ye why ne ko ka kire nkofu kru bi se munko e wo mu yo munko sen ni panu na ma se nkofu we nkwa efiri wo monsa si ye kefiri wa e be manti ase be ye dwuma se ye koto aba na mi krom josofo mo hwemi anopei me kwabna bo atia betie se bi de dwuma bi be hye onsa adwuma no ti amra se mi ba be hye okutu pa se ko di patapasem ko ye menye sa komono na wose ye nyina ye hye ase ye di o wohunu it is not just enough to say that
it is any vocation omo nsane a in your view no yenja omo na yenhwe se emra no be because you made the point say emra wo Ghana. Absolutely. It is some mess and some we should make sure say emra be ye juma. Absolutely. It yenja omo na emra be ye juma.
2024 be emra no so be ye juma papa. And no dear, I can assure you, I have trust in the state institutions, the security agencies. I have trust in them. What in India?
Me too.
Omo nyina so wo ma we mu. Obi kan say bi na me de pa. What's here to abani we are the next Monday no what's here mathematical school.
Of course.
Nti ye nyina ye wo stake wo mu. Ghana no esebi eburu esebi nketia so na o se o monsan no.
Na anya.
On kai say no no ko ama de wo ma we mu. E bi ko no ne manyi no mu ni Ghana. Ye de edi esusa. O mu nyina wo ma we mu o mu ntia buruchire. Sojafo a ye de bambo, prosifo a ye de bambo ase o monsan o mu nyina ma e wo ma we mu. Ye to abadi we adwoada obi aba be ko suku. In fact, Kwesi ada no ko o se yin etimi ko asore. Esa ba fi
7 minutes and 6.
Enti se bi eburu Mr. Asieduaa nketia. Oman yi enhye wo we mu. Enye wo japade, enye wo na akira sumdwe. E wo ma we mu. Enye NDC na akira sumdwe wo ma we mu. In any case, nye NDC nkwa na political party.
Right.
E wo Ghana ha. Wo mu pa, wo mu ntintim. Medin kan ka sekrata no eye nkai dum keke eye asenso de keke de mu masundua ankasa de Ghana mra no asato ho abato ayeto emra wo hu edini nyina begye dwuma to the latter ne da no dura Ghana fo beto santene ni nyina ya kire 2008 MPP ya to aba ye nya no ye je mu na maje ne yesen
Kitwa bi.
Ye jemu.
Quite.
Enti die na mu obi dwene se bia se bia bru se bia nya do nyankopon pangu na nkwa chire se yekoto abampo na se MPP enya. Ye be di patapa se. It is not in our DNA.
What na me be say MPP enya because I mean we share in the last few weeks in the month of course launch manifesto in come out and say yeah Bawumia is the flag bearer but of course on the president obelu supporter in this election. That's the claim. Oshepo Usabana Adiade projecting John Mahama to be the leader. What makes you think say NPP in this election will be winning a battle?
Me sure say maybe the last 2 or the last polls are Ebano. Me name say be among your latest poll bia.
Me latest poll bia, but after the manifesto, and I said before the manifesto.
Before and after, me name say be
before it's still na about me.
But okay,
but after the manifesto, they been by.
Okay, 2016. What Nanado said, people said to be the fate of Nanado. And see, me cried the year, and I'm in fact me read and 2 polls mo. Social survey, you know. Indicators ni woman endorsing and nearby influence even outcome no, and sometimes even the credibility of the outfit conducting the survey, you know. But media will be I am condemn. Okay. Yes, you have grown on the form. So why we need the Dr. Mahmoud Baumi achieve with Juma Oye or Namwa Oye and only the results on the Bebo. The soccer by no by failing, obviously. A buy way failing. Own teaming who free. A buy way failing. A man for comedy, a man for a man. People are not happy in the country. Businesses are collapsing. It's never true. It's never true. It is never true. It's never true. You see, it's never true. Say a man for any new woman. It's never true. Say a man for watching. Admit hardship. Now if you admit it, you admit it. A man for children. You admit hardship. But a man for no swimming. The entire tesa. A man for nini. The entire isika semono. If one part trade kakra, they know. But at the same time, a man for no swimming say a buy more born home modern. Media paka media na asemu ameka ne say. Se ka se yi niema bo aye den ni sika asemu de ato nchen. Ya hwe other sectors adwuma aban no aya. Ya no mo ho omu ntumi anya. Ekwan na ehu ku ta da ai ne yeguso. Itimi tena ha ne abobo ase kwan. Hey, free ahatu obo ase. How many hours na dey ko bi kwan ne nye? Obo ase fu tie wa omo town roads, they know. And then Prempeh College ati wo kwan ye da ho ko nyankere ne ase ni ade. Ekwan ye bi wo kra ne emu so da. Enei ugina tonsu anade wani kire bosontwe liquid na hwe kwan. Double a eko. Ugina be kwa na ba anade wani kire sunya ne kwa so. Na hwe double a eko all over the country. All over the country.
One am catch say yendi kwan.
Say o manfo no hwe.
One am catch ga.
I will get there.
Ma obotum nye yi
o manfo no
be hwe me ne member
me no tie
ena na Ghana fo hwehwe o
me no tie me nua
ma me hwe me ne member
se enei parents no ananko betabri sika de akwakotua school fees ene se sika no aka butu mo susu so de yede o de hwe na yede ne member o jo mama video no a oba bi busa no a wo se aban bi en wo bitumi atam sika e de ahye obi butu. That's true. Yes. You see, argument no settle.
That is true.
Aban ye wa watam sika edi so obi botom. Eye programs ya aban no ge ma ne boa ankrankre ne ma abrabo no mu hase. Nti me de me hwa na me sere Ghana fo so mo hwe enkoda na nka suku efiri suku na nkomu bi da. Enei omu nyini emetwe sekan nkota fichiri enkotu obi nsa anye ne phone no. At least utimi bi secondary school a when you are going to meet radio GHS private school be now or also or the body bra they were here ma woman nan can that's when you ho a nay so mammy and now na die nyini na so pa kwada ne natena te said the first year anu nya kwada no ne ne no pebia wunya
na wunya bi
e na okoto na ntwie first na adwuma pa wo na sika wo mu no uto na ntwie abenya kwada bi ama na kwa akohwe so nei so akoto na ntwie wo bi ba ama na hwe na ntwie so wunya wo mu nyina ku school enei ya yeti hey for 7 years and you know about 7 months can you to me gina so aba be pem sa abri ya Ghana bi ye no bitumi aka se aban yi eye yabo adapa ya bi o ya bi wa hu no se sisi ya ankura brabo paka utumi bobra no na ebi a one sector bi de hu no se aha ne de adwuma wo se meye.
The sector when I say before anyade o.
There be nyese ya anyade. But oyuni and a boy yi nyina yi niema akoso with the ewo wiase nyina. Tisi ye kase ye kwa akohwe ebi a niema bo aye den ene yesika semu a ebi a yentutu no enuru baby e pese ye tutu ediduru ne ye kase ye buye ne agudi aban no aye nyina so a ya nhwe yi a na yakwa yese 2008 ye nyina ni baby amampani kofo toto o man yi diduru ye a wuyi dollar wuyi cedi ba ko a na any dollar no kasi ani ma wunya nsesa kura we
$1 dollar there ya enkoho ya say for ya mama nka dollar
yes me can 2008 asem
ye
nyina ye ni
because ya so
baby beduru ye
baby jomama de beduru ye na se say baby ye wo
you see
na eye 4 cedis 30 pesos and a cedi is 16
ma one man can we ka me can we aka be hu baby ya be free ba baby ye beduru ye na nka Ghana de na nka yatitim eni ekoti ya no to the extent yes hey President Kufuor wasisa gold the good passing Bank of Ghana there ben the new apaka sort bi e kire ye komisa fifi kwete say asem no kan no improve say wonim the okan o say na political talk eni ya no ano masasa ase no bibi ya toto Ghana e de edu paka ye pikiu ye piki pa ye piki fapem no ye de atoto eni me bi wa na ye very bold decision na edisika but ye nso sika amfedisika ya dwi Ghana mofra ho aye ebra wo bi wo ha ne ye kase kan ye ntimi nyina so ye sika se e kan wo se ye boa ye ba ye pe sika ye di tua kan ye no gina so
we still have the problem
mini apaka na problem there
we still have the sika se problem with the Canadian no because na say I before no IPPC no that's the independent power producers no somebody on can ask moment here bedum Canadian ni biemu ho
mini apaka
so the sika se is still a factor now
chen bre be kasi ya bre bo mi ni problem ba kokora le de ndie be check akra but ni nyina ne modern boy ayebo any baby etimi toto ne ma no edidru and I'm telling you say MPP abai ya boy home modern papa
of course the Ghanaian ordinary Ghana will judge say MPP for home modern and I say omombo and December 7 clearly it will be obvious say MPP aya dey no say to amoswa Ghana for beto bana mo boom 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 and I like that bit on my penikasa na me nyaji mon to bana MPP boom 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 on beto mo boom 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 but say Ghana ni no no pay office there be and I'm going things are all right but 20 year MPP and if you look at and for some time now what I've been doing is to just look at the indicators very well. We share dynamics on MPP, Alanchemanti movement, Cheddar Arabic Kawi. I'm looking at all of that. It's in Yenano, ye share how we see. But December 7th, Acha December 10, you be whether it is Dr. Ahmed Baumia, and I said it is John the Mande Mahama, or probably Alanchemantin, and now the Darling boy as you see, all bar for Jimmy Doom, a Cheddar. Also in your fans and I said for Hassan Ayariga. But there's one thing I need to ask you. There's a strategy I'm saying MPP for my adoptee. I don't know if that is a strategy, but you see, I know you care about economy, you care about the failings of the administration. You see a fashion kufado. And just this morning, I'm told that Marcus Abuaje because Ghana for if Baumia wants to lead that. Only 11 floors is a new sampa or betimi aye. Marcus Abuaje say Baumia propose a cabinet sanki yen free and a cabinet ain't. Is it your strategy going into this election, sir? Mbeyi Baumia si ho as a saint, no more demonize Akua Asieduaa because Akua Asieduaa anye bibia. That is that a strategy? No. You are putting all the blame on Akua Asieduaa and observing Baumia from all the blame. Is that your strategy, BV?
You see, Mini Penny, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, a vice president.
Right.
The substantive president.
That's the president Akua Asieduaa.
Yes. And in governance and public administration, you know about ultimate responsibility.
I get it.
And untumin konko kase vice president no ewo finance uni finance the president no pese eyeho no na ebeyeho se vice president ebu nyu bibi so na mampani peso wo ya vice president uni weka we a fact we ehia chinye bia wo vice president uni weka and you know elsewhere in baby a president and vice enya problem. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia when who said he was here conducting to the extent say a catch will say policies be wa na onwa no na on head am peneso na yo nwanwa. It's because he had problem to say Rollins and cancer aka.
But as a matter of principle, no, say if you disagree, what your mind of person in principle, or no boss in you can just resign from the party, from the vice president position.
See, and I make us say
because elsewhere you're working, people do it.
You see,
I'm not having a problem with their government. About to say we disagree with our government. Then me free, my resigning. Why can't you do it here? So why did you do that?
Unu be here, Juma.
Meet you.
Na niema mu ye no nyina ye niema beboa omanfo no a ba ko bi wom na bi awo no obonyo so a onko resign e se de wawa ba na obai wani je no ho pa na bi ade ba ko bi na no nko ade wo ya na wo bu afu ye nkogya no e wo no ho unya ni nyina pesa entino the crowd I'm coming from the angle say wo ka say the we say miracles
your strategy say you want to demonize
na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 11 no na 11 of course yeah the fact remains
cabinet
he is the vice president say no wo pre say yem fa kan ni no ma no say nyame boa na Ghana fo ya adomo afedi the bat stop with him ultimate responsibility no call no ono ne take decision no so no bet me achese ade we mema ba mu enya adwuma we mema ba mu mebo agu we mema ba mu mebo agu bibi boni bia ni ho ono so ne strategy ono so ene ne nwiniye ono so
see has his own vision.
So it will tell you say it will tell you say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not the same a replica of Nanado. Two different people with two different ideologies. No, maybe not ideologies, but you know, we differ in terms of
vision. You're different, yes, but ideologies nearby.
Yes,
because you are from the same tradition.
The same tradition,
exactly.
But I hear ebia. We susu say adi we susu say, but no say a breya was stress Ghana for him to me money or no to me cause we the meme ba be ye free. I don't think say say bibia
mate medasi enche be rapia put council on the pen ebusa for one for we quickly so uti oya when ya kata kaka when ya code kaka mesre so be fa e pro code no we if we koja call be ato e wo drug so be open do to a call or can't drag lady in Accra. I'll be under to El Ho na fe betimi afre mo on 0302678999 0302678999 na sana anopay make camfo Nexus Global Services Limited e the amount or medical problem e bia or condition be yare bi why your Ghana say emfa na be so tukwa call amonone ekoye show ho sa ho yare anopay be camfo Nexus Global Services Limited e the amount meboa am tukwa in fact how hospitals of 100 hospitals era buchre na adwuma now more doctors be across board be will taking they are more experience betimi ahwe yare na ediama na yare be to say cancer who be any type of cancer be no but so to kwakwabochi na akotwiti ombeboa ama okwakwaya sade no back and knee pain with chi and okotodwe amanfo se omkotodwe omoye na ade bushafo ombeboa kidney na say ababaye a very interesting and a topical issue e Ghana kidney e Ghana mesre so kidney transplant or liver issues bomodia say so kwabuchira fa Nexus for ho ombeboa obo person o man so te wa ye bibia bia mfa e be rapor say ya dem fide ki count na wo so te kama ukọ Nexus Global Services ombeboa itemusafo omeye free consultation amount ombeboa mo ya o visa ambulance services accommodation and tourism arrangements na omo nyina bi office Crisport Hospital and no Domi Paraku. It was for check yomo on the internet at www.nexusgsl.com. That is Nexus NEXUS GSL. nexusgsl.com. From 0539 659259. 0539 659259. Na make a broche se media so so ko sua de e ra broche se your lawyer se lawyer boaten pay obomodia e ko bo PhD e ko masters e wo Canada, UK, Australia, USA, Germany and any other countries are mesre so be ko express group for say express group e be bo so ko ye djuma no ma work visa nyina na kuma say omo asafo labor runabout Accra omo first light can shitama omo come to 18 la shibi oko Tamale omo Ayana building on Tamale Teaching Hospital no takrade omo market circle omo ne hot and extra fast food and the din anymore. It was for fair express group on a pay on 055 555 0067 055 555 0067 and now 0249 000448 0249 000448 Momodia so be from na fe on my ye no so be nya de ma we so call a visit to Dubai, Qatar, South Korea and they open ticket kwa buchila mesre so be call a express group on be boa ama why bibia yi pa Alex Ochade wa se men kan share lawyer Boaten say I love him not for he being MPP or talking as MPP but his personality and maturity in presentation and humble character. Okay. The council way a commendation and the man from a Chechen be a was or Chadi was. There a number of few messages are about I would want to read them for you. Now it was for the PDF, you know about if we are just wrapping up. We are just wrapping up. Now finally, more manifesto no. There were issues about now can be me die ten officer can be it's Mate we dey a backroom conversation but then my manifesto we dey finally we dey about just a quick question on that more about say we be tax on betting if you 10% you know person be if you and your chairman of the manifesto committee criticize John Mahama. So, Assemblies of God. The Assemblies of God. Assemblies, Muslim Assemblies. Assemblies is the and I tell me Muslim Assemblies of God. Assemblies for the betty there, you find BBA. But it's the same chairman. Or she said the manifesto committee, no, only 10% and I want betting on the floor. Isn't that double standard from the MP? Oh, Debbie. Baumia, according to the Muslim fraternity, no, almost to the bet. You know. Year through on it will encourage a lot of people to bet. No, man teacher ni teacher. Yeah, teacher my. Yeah, fa osom emijidi emurem. O man teacher ni. It's man na teacher. So no at the end of the day osom no. O man sika sem no. Ene o man nkoyi a. See. Ene no person yen nkoyi a. The whole idea then say. They tell your religion and your belief your faith. Enye bet no nko. Ene say die bi agidie bi esi hu no. The idea say a tour bibria you know befriend nuisance tax so the betting happens to be one of them. The betting happens to be one of them. And I'm making it's nothing personal. John Mahama is an Assemblies of God member. It's an initial cabinet. Also give betting cabinet mukra. So they be a member cabinet no. That's his point. But he's the same man who presided over a manifesto. Who talks about you know 10% betting? I'm saying a lawyer. I'm saying betting happens to be one of the taxes a year free. Right. And that is it. And yet we free one will encourage a lot of people to bet. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Yeni a woman who ni bet. And when you pack and say taxes was who. So more no yes. Enti na enye say bia ye dey encouraging kofo amom akwakoye ana bi obigidie eti ana obigidie entia anamuntu ayetu no sikasem no say a lot of taxes are levy e ka ho bet no ka ho
and a host of other ones, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, inshallah, so will be Drew. It just happens to be one of them, but it is no, way to encourage a Mebunu. Say omunkonko bet. Bet no ntiamra Ghana is secular state. Okay. Ntiamra CCC ayeka say die yenhye mra bia so obi kotwa bet ya waye bone. But that is not also to say say encourage obi so onkonkonko ye. Obi a decision so obeye so wonye. Ne mum ehu sika se mo hye de se to obi wo ho ne yehwe na mfa so wonhye da eniso a ye free ho. Mate. The better say Sagbe also say I second the Honourable Member of Parliament 100%. Whether the NDC signs or not, the law of the land shall eventually prevail. Best regards, Onipania Kwabena Boatin, so higher. We a messenger, the amount and pay. Richard J. Kofasi, very humble guy. Please let us all rally behind him, which I agree. He's selfless. He's selfless with the Honourable Kofi from a child chrome, and so that is your constituent there. Yeah. Ofori Adodexon say, Honorable Kona Boatin, you are indeed destined for greatness. Our great APP party is so proud of you. Thank you. And we say, this comment is very funny. I'll say, pack up. Please, can we exchange this man for Baumia so that we can vote for him rather? That's why I was laughing. In fact, he will be, and I'll be happy. Me say, when it comes to Governor Boatin, I have my biases. When it comes to Governor Boatin, I have my biases. I will be happy. Say, Baumia, we need no ministerial appointment. I'll be so happy because I think he deserves it. And Makanaha on several occasions, before their primaries, after their primaries, I believe in the youth of Meye Jumano. And Yamiya MPP Adom. Now, whatever they are wishing for in December, Ghana for top and Maomo, that's what we know. I'm expecting Baumia to give a ministerial position on that. Amen. And that is my wish and desire. So the man. Many of us on to Abama, many Baumia, and Ghana for be decided. But we need the right. On top for you can replace it. Saturday, just so you launch a campaign. With a massive work from Fumesha. Okay. Quino station all the way to just so municipal assembly premises ho. Nti a worker ye dey launch a campaign na we are yati ho agum. Nti Joseph nyina ene MPP abushe wa Ashanti region Saturday with me about bekan na ya nante me in the year that is 24th of August ya anopa be 5:36 there na nyina ye ofumeswa station kwan no ho na ye dey anante akọ ejoso municipal mini opake bi wo mu free from so ekọ joso yeah from so ekọ bi wo there someday abebo people kakra with their proper health work exactly and because it's a rally kind of boys exactly so you feel it now it's about that council about that we are wishing you so well our parliament in fact son of you are destined for greatness. I believe so. We are hoping that Yami Adoma, you rise up one day, even the next not too distant future. You better come off from. You better see here. Yeah, Paul. I was your phone on see any better say. Gabriel so say sorry ma. Sometime we touch on the sports crew no. Ebe famo edemoto so. I don't know yene nyame de nkwacha. Echina ya wada ebe sane mo hia enu anu mienu ebe som mo medin de Kwesi do amini minu ebe ma Kwesi Parker Wilson ebusia from my guest this morning the young intelligent MP say na mo ka on Facebook no lawyer Kwabena Boatin and amini din come we friendly conversation down pay or call parliament after now about church parliament mo kaka the vision for you and just a constituency of course the chances of Baumia in those elections of course you may the campaign trail is also on 7 to 8 p.m. Shami you know ACC Chief Amankwa birthday. Oh, sir, and then chief birthday. Oh, I see. I'm a chief happy birthday. Collins, yeah, chief, yes. Yeah, and the former defense committee rank chairman. Yeah, chief, I'm pay you my happy birthday. And of course, campaign trail is on, and then you break 7 to 8 p.m. And that watch now. Obi Chebe Samba with another edition. Have a good morning.